call to worship on Street 919 FM.
I miss the blessings gonna find me here. Oh, yeah. Tell them me claim it. All of my blessings, my name it. With faith, me, I go own it. Nothing shall get home it. Speak life, it is a new day. All things in my past, yeah. Welcome to the new year. Me step out in faith and no fear. Blessings go find me, yeah. Oh, yeah. I miss if ever gonna find me here. Oh, yeah. Money gonna find me here. Oh, yeah. I miss the blessings gonna find me here. Oh, na.
Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life.
You are locked onto the street. Locked onto the street.
You already know what it is.
919 FM.
Yeah.
Some Duke on the vibe.
This year, blessing, money, testimony. Go to follow you they go.
This year, good news, giant plenty balling. Go they follow you they go.
Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life.
Everything you been wanting, manifesting for your life.
Even before you call, you don't answer prayer. My papa is too shy, you don't fit for your hand. Even before you call, you don't answer prayer. My papa is too shy, fit for your hand.
Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life. Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life.
This year, blessing, money, testimony. Go to follow you they go.
This year, good news, giant plenty balling. Go they follow you they go.
Well, it's a beautiful 6 minutes past the hour of 12 o'clock here on the Street 919 FM. I want to say a special good afternoon going out to each and every one of you all that are locked on, listening, joining in with us. Probably we get a notification on Facebook and on YouTube, and it's saying, hey, the street is on now. Well, familiar voice, and for those of you that are watching, familiar face. I'm inside with you guys, and I'm going to be inside with you all until the hour of 2 and a little bit some more. So I want to say good afternoon to TNT. Good afternoon to all of you all if you're on the PBR, wherever you are. And in fact, today I wanted to touch base with you all. So I'm going to open the phone lines. Holding on for Pastor Google today. So I'm opening the phone lines 342-081-466-5391, and that's what we're doing today. We're going to open the phone lines, and then we're going to get into today's conversation based on the phone calls. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Hey, my brother.
Hey, morning, Mano. Well, it's happy lunchtime.
Well, you like a missing block sometimes, but sometimes we look for you, we just hear you in between, and anyway, we hear you really good now.
glad
Yeah,
to,
man,
I'm glad to hear you too.
I just didn't want to try on the bigo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I just want to try on the bigo. And to everybody. And I must say, I hope that the commissioner for listening. I'll tell you again. Turn your back to your audience and face your band. Direct them from there. If you bring the audience, they can't do nothing for you. You do what you have to do for your band, you direct them for you, face the audience. Well, if you're in a boxing ring, everybody in the boxing ring, hit them there, put them in the ring, they can't do nothing. All they can tell you to do, they can't do nothing. So you face your band and direct them from anything or go good. Sister, when you walk through this, how they call it? When you walk through this in the rain, take it like one day, the sun, you see the how they call it, the star. And after the star shining, you're going to see the silver lining in the cloud. Sister Ola, we here with you. Jam them. Okay, my brother. Try and the Bago, love is Jackson. Give somebody something, say nothing about it, and let me back the commissioner of police.
Yeah, man. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Blessed afternoon to you, my brother.
Hey, what's up, my bro? What's going on?
I'm the land and the living, God and the boss, you know.
Most important.
Good to hear your voice, King. Your song is vibrant as usual. And you know these people, there was never ever about country. Locked on unusual, King. Time for me to push back.
Oh, gosh.
I'm with them, King.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Touch and base 342-00814665391. Those are the numbers to get in with us. And don't worry, I know that a lot of you all are looking forward to the news. I'm going to touch base and give you all some of what is happening and what is trending before we get too deep into it. All right, but we're taking some calls and touching base. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, good afternoon. How you do?
I'm not too bad. I just tuned in looking for Pastor Google and hear the voice of the voice. How are you, my brother?
Hey, they cool. I'm cool. Well rested.
I'll welcome back.
Yeah, man.
If that is so. But no, I shouldn't say that. I've seen you on
I'll just still be on Sundays. Yeah, Sundays.
Yeah,
yeah.
right. So well, at least if we are in the week, we say, let's come back.
Yeah.
So I wait to hear. You know, I heard somebody with the conversation about the commissioner of police.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. We don't have a choice. I went to the parliament 2 weeks ago in order to bring a bill to the parliament that I don't have to go back to the parliament to make it difficult to choose a commissioner of police or choose acting commissioner of police from within the ranks of the police service. It was denied that by the opposition. So you know something? I heard somebody ask a question this morning. Who gives instruction to the Police Service Commission to start the process of looking for a commissioner of police? Because the argument is that they just started it a month or 2 months before the commissioner due for retirement.
Right.
But I thinking we have so much of former commissioner of former national security ministers. Why don't these people get in touch with one of those persons and ask them, if you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The UNC, the People's Partnership, then had many former national security ministers. So they should be able to tell us if the instructions come from the national security minister in order that the Police Service Commission could go about the actions of picking up police. You understand my point?
Yeah.
Why are we playing these? Why are these people who know how this thing works are playing minds or playing games with the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? So when I call back, I want to deal with this lady who is in charge of I'll call her finances, the Auditor General. So I'd wait to see where the conversation goes. Enjoy the rest of the morning, and I hope you could fill that shoes, eh? Be fast as you know. You understand? So we have some level of moral and spirituality that we don't come here to lie and fabricate a story.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Understood fully. I will try my best.
That's all we could do, eh?
Yeah, man.
Me too.
Much thanks. And thanks for the contribution. And of course, holding things on for Pastor Google this afternoon and touching base with all of y'all. Just before touching us what is happening, because I know we look forward to the news at 12, but I'm going to give you all just a brief as to what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago today. But I feel the need that, we need to touch base first. So, caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yes, man.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Well, I listening. In the street we on. We're not on the road, we're on the street, yes, I?
That's the best place to be, you know.
More love on the street, I mean. Otherwise, you don't know. Daddy don't hit the road already. So, about the good lady, the good woman that, run the thing. No, man. Use every 1 year, 2 year, According to a man works, you get paid, right?
That's correct.
All right, man, that, and the law is the law, okay?
Yeah, man.
Respect.
Blessings. Let's see here. Gosh. All right. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
The boss.
Hey.
What's going on, brother?
Man like Chris, boy. What's up?
I did. Man. Good to hear and see you again, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, man.
You make it Friday afternoon, man. Very good to hear your voice.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad that I could do that and say thanks to management,
Yeah. I did respect the character of individuals now, man. And yesterday I was kind of disappointed in two of your colleagues. Well, not two, but one of your colleagues. You referred to me as a dunce. I'm still trying to understand what make me dunce. If it's because I have a difference in opinion and I'm not choosing to go to bed with the UNC, all because you want to move the PNM. Boy, what I looked on, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dale. That's me.
In the flesh, it's not AI. It's me. How you do?
Good. I just sent Pastor a thing because I was busy, so I didn't tune in to see when he came on, although I get the notification.
Right.
So I sent him to practice. If I knew you were there, I was going to send it to the street.
Right.
Because a lot of things, I think, Dale, at stage, making it seem as though the country is going a crime way. Right? And a lot of things are done, it comes in disguise. A fellow could pretend he come to rob you, maybe he'll defend himself until if he have to. But, it's all about disrupting the good governance and the quietness of the good citizen, Dale. Right? I don't know if I can send it. You have to be careful now because some people going home for nothing, and I'm hearing in the afternoon time the things that is being said is still there. I don't know, they could get 3 hours to misbehave. So,
let not your heart be troubled. Let not your heart be troubled. That's the best advice I could give you. Don't let your heart be troubled.
Yeah. Because you see, everybody don't think the same way. And some people could be easily influenced. Right? And it has nothing to do whether you went to school, you have a degree or not, because it seems somebody had said a long time ago, not a local person, that the people who are intelligent, it's easy to get them in cults because they are something easily and they are quick at everything. And a lot of things is influenced by emotion. Because let's say I have a very good friend, close, it had to be real close, because I'm not just influenced by what happened to you, but very close, and that person is hurt by another one. You will get angry with that other person because of that person, and it's the same way go with organization, groups, politics, and so on, right?
Right.
People could hate that group because you hurt my person, right? You have no idea if the person is telling you the truth and what went on. And because somebody interprets something wrong, they call it wrong. Not because it's wrong, but because they interpret it so.
Right.
And other people build their hate on emotion.
Yeah.
And I think that affects in a lot of things.
It
Good
does.
things around them, they would not go towards it because they hate that individual. Right? So anyway, good to see you again. Take care.
Nice to hear you. And I just want to add on that very quickly. We have to understand, and the most important part of it is that everybody has a different opinion and a different way in how they think. And because of that, you see, we have to understand that even when we come to 91.9, a radio station that has been built on democracy, that has been built on talk, that has been built on giving information. We've been saying and giving the motto, we are the defenders of the street. Being the defenders of the street doesn't mean that we're only one-sided or there's a group of people that only agree with one side of the fence. And this is why I don't get upset, I don't get angry, I don't get about nothing at all. Because we have to be able to know that whatever comes out from this platform, for whoever is sitting at this mic, sitting at this desk, that we take the information that is given to us and dissect it. We take the information and line it up against the facts, real evidence, and then we go from there. You know, so let's not get our hearts troubled based on, you know, what somebody say, or somebody may call you something derogative. Sometimes the thing about it is, the most persons, when they can't have their way or they can't explain something or there's no factual anything, they tend to, you know, be very disrespectful. And I'm not throwing this at anywhere, but if you listen on a whole, most people who have nothing good to say or have nothing with substance tend to be very what's the word? Disrespectful, derogative, you know. And I see it every day. I see it on the comment section. I see it just living life, you know. So we have to sit down and realize that this is a platform that is not only elderly people but young persons as well. They listen to see, to hear, and we have to make sure that every moment that we are here, even when we call on the phone lines, that is something of substance. Caller, good afternoon, welcome. Thanks for holding.
Good afternoon, Daily Voice.
Hey, good afternoon. How you doing?
How you doing?
I did.
How you doing? How you doing? You good?
I good.
You come back to stay? You come back to stay, come back to go?
I never left, you know.
You never left?
Nah, I went and get some sun and sand and
You threw this voice song, no, so nice.
It song nice.
Yes. Your song so nice.
I get
the weather nice and everything.
Yeah.
Everything nice, the weather, Lord.
It's nice.
Thank you. You're welcome always. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Nice touching base with you. Oh, yeah. And of course, you know, I must say, I love touching base with everybody. I love hearing you all voices. I love hearing opinions that are even different from mine. And I always say, the best thing is, come with the facts and let's have a conversation. I don't mind. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. You know, once there's factual evidence to back it up. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. Caller, afternoon. Caller, good afternoon.
Mr.
Hey, what's up? Hey.
What's up? They can't fight you, no. They can't fight you at all. The only thing I could say, we could listen to you anytime. You see the 4 o'clock, two of them.
Oh God, they should put. Oh God,
they should put you on the 4 o'clock program.
No.
We might prefer enjoy you instead.
No. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Let's
you know I must make the bacchanal.
I know. But behave yourself now, man.
You're good. Yes, Mr. Daily Voice.
Oh God, it's Friday. Eh? Behave all yourself. It's Friday. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Hey, good afternoon. How you do?
Not too bad. Good to hear you back, man.
Yeah, man.
You know,
one of the saddest things that I realize is while sometimes, unfortunately, and this has been going on for years, while we hear this be, just casual and nice and loving, you have people on other stations trying to hoodwink and disseminate erroneous information, like presently it's been there with Mr. Brown that's trying to disseminate wrong information to sort of impute illegality against the Minister of Finance in this whole investigation, this debacle that we have now had here with the Auditor General. And if anybody in somehow trying to find a rationality to say that this is not politically motivated by this dear lady, something is wrong. They're not living in Trinidad for any time more than a year. Because we knowing what it is going on, we seeing what it is going on, down to the decision of who it is to take as legal counsel. Because, it is amazing that we have people who believe that certain people are the adorant minds in legal counsel, but I never hear them have Sir before the name. We had people like Carl Hudson, Sir Carl Hudson Phillips, who they used to call in the Privy Council. But this gentleman who everybody runs behind, he was ran from the Privy Council, and I don't know how we just don't forget these things conveniently, boy, there. We just forget, or we just choose not to remember. I want to know, which is it? Is it we forgetting? When it is they told the man, your presence is making us very uncomfortable, because you went to the Privy Council and lied. But we have now a black man who the Privy Council used to call to try to have whole cases. That was an adorant legal mind. And we don't give them no pips. Right? And when we see this is where it at. So imagine, Neil, Sharon was to make an error on her show in the morning. And they ask you to just make a correction. Mr. George said, can you correct this so we don't end up getting a lawsuit?
Right.
And you know what you're telling him? Nah. You're mad at. Me making a change. Let's see get jail. Let the whole station go down. That is why tantamount to, no? If you are a person that's supposed to gather information and then collaborate and disseminate such information, how is it that when you do get information, you refuse to collaborate the information? What is that? Do you call that, Mr. Deal? Your job is to do that, but you're refusing to do your job. I say that is mischief. I don't know how everybody else looking at it, but to me that is mischief. Because you're refusing to do your job for a particular reason. That is your job. To gather information, collaborate it, and put it out. Somebody leave out something, we look into, and here the thing, now that we're going to investigate to see where did this whole thing break down, so we can deal with it in a better manner so something like this doesn't happen. You run fast and say, I want an injunction that the investigation cannot go on. So are you really interested in the truth, or you just want to cause couture? And let us stop pretending and start being more serious. It's no longer about party, jump up and fet. This is our lives. This is the future of our country. We see what they are doing right now because of the collaborations of power which we allowed to happen, where criminals are being set back on the streets every day, ad nauseum, no reasoning, no justification, and they making sure they continue in a malfeasance.
We'll leave it there. Let me just make some room for some other persons as well.
Yeah,
but I do
man.
totally understand. Yeah, man. Thanks. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. Thanks for holding.
Dave? Yes, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. It is Mommy.
I realize I said good afternoon, but that gentleman came on one time. I don't know what went on there.
Yeah.
Dale,
To be honest with you, I like what you said a while ago when somebody called in there and telling you about the afternoon program. Bill, let me tell you what is operate. If I put on my radio on 91.9, right, and I am listening to anybody who doing the show, if I find they going on my road, I listen. If I find they're not going on my road, I switch it one time. You agree with me, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not really making no sense and they're not really teaching me or bringing nothing to the table.
Right.
You understand? I'm telling you about this is me. Right? So I graduate telling you, understand, that everybody deal with the program.
Yeah.
You understand me? Let everybody, they figure that somebody calling the decision and they're doing something wrong, let they correct it. You agree with me, Dale?
Mm-hmm.
Dale, if I tell you something, and first I want to thank you for calling me on Sunday too. I appreciate it, right, darling?
No problem at all.
Right. If I tell you, yesterday I was in a place lining, and this gentleman knows me. I never speak to the gentleman, but he drank his takala clock yesterday. And like he decided to have a one-on-one with me, right? But Dale, I do back from nothing, right? And the last thing I end up telling him, I say, can you one carry butter to your face? And somebody who knows me, more than one person know me, say, lead a woman. Dale, I am a lone ranger, you know. Dale, I don't deal with crowd and thing, you know, darling. If you see me sitting anywhere, I say I'm going to have a beer daily, which means by myself, you know. I am a lone ranger. I don't like crowd, yeah? I don't say we not interact with people, but, you know, I know my limit. You understand me, darling? I know my limit. And these days, you got to be careful. You understand what I'm telling you about?
You need to.
You got to be careful out here because, listen.
Yourself. Yeah? Mm-hmm.
What's that?
I say even defending yourself, you could lose your life. So you need to.
What? But then he realized, but they tell him, they put him on time and leave that woman alone. Leave. I don't deal with people so, darling. I would laugh everything, but I'm a lone ranger. And I doesn't tramp on nobody, and I don't like nobody to tramp on me. Other than that, darling, how come you on today? You'll be on a Friday?
I'm holding on for Pastor Google today.
Oh, holding on for Pastor Google? Yeah. But then I want to wish you and have a productive week ahead of you, okay, darling?
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Paula, good afternoon. Thanks for holding.
Oh, good afternoon, Dale. You seen?
Yeah. Actually, let's talk like, you know, like when you leave the country and you went to America and you come back and you see people for some years.
Dale.
It's changed, you know.
Yeah, I tell you. I never wanted to leave Trinidad and Tobago. When I get to realize how beautiful this country is.
Yeah.
The country is a beautiful country.
It is.
Like it have a saying, right, Dale? Well, you know me and Alien talk. You not having an experience in the universe, you know. The universe experiencing you. We not having an experience in Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago is experiencing us. You understand? Because everybody die, Trinidad and Tobago will be Trinidad and Tobago. You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to tell Mother, leave a space for me, girl, because if I see you, I'm going to approach you and speak to you. But I don't drink.
Right.
I don't have to put no alcohol in my head to approach nobody. You understand?
Yeah.
I walk over with our brother, he needed the alcohol to express how he felt.
Some people just need it to free up as an excuse.
They don't.
Yeah,
it's
a mind thing.
Yeah. You're making yourself dependent on alcohol to free up your spirit to talk, and that is a bad thing. In closing, Dale, what you want to say is that, Dale, you ever realize that the default position is that if you defend this government or you defend the PNM, like you should be banished from the face of the earth? You ever check that out, that going on in this country, boy? I find that so wrong, boy. You know, everybody have their opinions, but because they don't have plenty positive things to speak about with the tons of rubbish that is being brought forward to the country, they just be vexed that we would support what facts and goodness that we see in them. All this crime and thing is to distract us from the goodness of the country. You know. Don't get tapping it. They're right watching around. I watching brothers trying their best, but I seen people under pressure and they staying with their family, they staying with their children, they're trying. I seen them youth men and them trying to stay from the crime. They playing themselves in the classes, you know. When they commuting, you're seeing people trying. You know, the 0.1% is who making it bad for us. And I honestly believe that 0.1%, they have motivation. You understand? They are being motivated to keep the chaos and the anarchy. And like I just tell people, they have a warlord in this country. Everybody know who it is. And if they get that warlord, if they deal with it, yeah, we 70 to 80% of the crime will less known in this country because they have too much of positive things happening in this country for us to be where we are right now. If you understand what I'm saying. You know? So, but I'll close by saying that, you know, I want to say to PNM people, I pay no more balize tattoo from a ball head to the below the sole of my foot here. Boy, be not ashamed or nothing, boy. Them are nothing better to come with, brother. We have 10 million issues where we could support this government and support this political party that care about this country, and we shouldn't feel ashamed about it. They don't want us to say nothing. The moment you open something, is a dashboard copy. Yeah, hypnotized. They brainwash you. And we just pointing out facts and goodness that it have in this country. So let me keep up that fight. And don't worry about them insults and them people who, they don't have nothing to offer. Them coming with a void and they're telling you to shut up and listen to my void. Or listen to my pie in the sky. Listen to the fantasy that I have rather than deal with the reality that is before us, which is the opportunities and the potential that we have to be a better country. They locked on and listening. You have a good day, brother. Real good to hear you on the air. When it does be on again on a Sunday?
Sundays, yeah.
But it does be a religious program?
No. Sundays is a more music program.
Oh, music?
Yeah.
Just take a couple calls and things.
Yeah.
Wood, bro. You have a good one. 91.9 family, pleasant good day. Be good. Be blessed. Yeah.
And I want to add just very lightly, I do understand persons have their own belief parties that they support. But one thing I've learned, and you know, every day is a learning experience. Every day is something to learn. It's something to learn. And it doesn't matter, you know, what your political preference is. What is most important is the matters and issues that are at hand that can make this country a better place. There's a lot going on. And sometimes we have to understand that while we live in an environment and a society that is driven by politics, the politics and the politicking doesn't fix a lot of the other things that are happening. So sometimes we need to put down the political hat and understand that these are the issues that we need to sit down and evaluate and dissect and go through and find a solution. And sometimes using the airwaves for that reason, where we could sit down and have a constructive conversation, constructive talk. I didn't mean to say that because there's normally constructive talk time, but sit down and hear how people think. We listen to the different callers that call in and they make their opinions based on what the topic at hand may be or the editorial at that point may be. And then we carry on from there and find a solution, because let me tell you something. One thing that I've realized is that many of those that are in authority listen to the radio stations to get a perspective as to what the people are thinking and what they're upset about. And the same way that they say the voice of the people is the voice of God, we are the people that are in control, you know. And we need to understand that we need to take control and do what we have to. Crime is prevalent. Just the other day we saw a police officer. They say we need firearms to protect ourselves. But yet still, the same man that was protecting himself, his wife, and another colleague, by discharging his firearm for somebody who was attemptedly robbing him at an establishment, is dead today. And he have a firearm. So is the firearms really the answer? I've taken about 4 more calls and I'm going to just run through the dailies as I promised. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bill.
Good afternoon.
Peace and blessing.
Same to you and yours.
Good to hear your voice during the course of the week. But it's a question I wanted to ask, and I said I asked Pastor Google that today, but as I hear you on the radio, I say, well, I had to bring the question to you. Because is the law in Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Dean, is no one above the law?
Right.
Right. Now I hear a little conversation there a while ago. We talk about the murders and things happening in Trinidad and Tobago. But yesterday I overheard a piece of news yesterday concerning this this thing we come up the other day with the finance minister and what they call the lady there.
The Auditor General.
The Auditor General. And in the news that the news is stating that the former Attorney General is stating that nobody have no right to question the how they call it just now?
The Auditor General?
The Auditor General. Nobody have no right to question her and all this kind of business happening in Trinidad and Tobago. So if nobody have no right to question the Auditor General in Trinidad and Tobago where some mispropriety take place and all this kind of business we hearing about. Brother asking, is not some above the law and some under the law? Because this thing is frightening to me, you know. This thing is frightening to me because if they stating that there is no one above the law in Trinidad and Tobago, that goes from the Prime Minister to the President right down to me, the man in the street, not so? So what is really happening in this country? Some people own this little island in the sun called Trinidad and Tobago, and some is how do you call it, outsiders of Trinidad and Tobago, war. Some just drop in and some originate here. Something wrong in this country, you know? Something wrong in this country. And as you speaking there earlier on, if we don't deal and come up with certain laws in this country to deal with certain people in this country, we will be calling murders and all kind of things for the next 100 years in this country, you know, Mr. Dean. You hear? We will be in problems in this country for the next 100 years because like it's only the small man on the ground like me who is not above the law, but other people in this country is totally high above the law at Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Dane, thanks for your time. You have a blessed one, a peaceful one, and thanks again for the time. Blessings.
Yeah, man. Food for thought.
Gail, good afternoon to you.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon to your listeners. Nice to hear you. Brother Sterling is a lovely place. It's just there are some people who seem to like Trinidad and Tobago when they're in power. When they're not, because Dale, you made a point about when could we drop the politics and be part of a conversation, I guess, in the national interest. Now, that could happen, but with right-thinking people. And I'll give an example. When Kamala Prasad says about the Children Life Fund, that's not something I choose to politicize, because in essence, the intention with that was to deal with children who are ill, and you can't ratify that by being selective. That was good policy. Or it ended up, it almost ended up in a position of it being, being part of the whole corruptive element. But the intention of that particular policy was good. Let us transcend into crime. You take office, and you see, Dale, you can campaign for a lot of things. During a campaign, you could say, I'm living in the Prime Minister's residence, and this and that. But when you get into office, the right-thinking protocol officer will tell you, sir, ma'am, you see that way side, what you said there? Somebody has to give you advice and say, no, you have to live in the Prime Minister's residence. She chooses not to. So there are some foolishness that people campaign on, and they come into office and they destroy they actually destroy the fabric of it. And then we play catch-up. Dale, you know about persona non grata. I spoke to that yesterday. You bill a OPV, and then the OPV people looking for the money. We pay them 73% of the money. And then the government come into power, break it down, take back the money. You feel we could go back to BAE and say, hey, I want 2 more OPVs bill? That's the problem with the political influence that does not make sense. So when you have an Auditor General who would have a deadline, but have a conversation. If your intention is to you tell your seniors something is missing, $2.6 billion is not being accounted for yet properly, or please work on this now. No. Think the report and make it publish although there's confusion. Now, I'm not saying the lady should sign with anybody, you know. But the minute, Dale, you're in the public space and you choose your lawyer as a former attorney general who was charged, you see me, you, that person, Jawala Ramaran, and all the other people, I am uncomfortable with them. So, brother, in the political space, you have to be so careful. And why I back the PNM, I'll end now. Why I back the PNM? The PNM is full of purpose since they took this country. NIB, UTT, all kind of things they bring into the fore. Somebody call me and tell me what the UNC brought here to have the fabric of the citizens take part in it to create some degree of longevity. Dale, let somebody call and tell me that. Thank you, brother. Good to hear you.
Yeah,
Take
man.
care.
I needed to just take a little time understanding and listening to exactly what you said. And you know, funny enough, we're talking about this year. And some information was just sent to me. And this is why I say what I say. And this is why it is important that, and I believe strongly that we need to understand that besides all the, you know, it's exciting, it's exhilarating, it makes our blood pump. You know, and we could talk all day about what this one say and what that one say and the politics, and we're going back and forth, and then at the end of the day, we are still left in a situation and in a place where crime is still prevalent. We're still in a place where people are losing their lives. We're still in a place that we're politicking and we say, hey, we need firearms, we need a gun, we need the gun laws, we need this, we need that. One shot, one kill, and everything else that goes with it. And then the persons who have the ability and have firearms to protect themselves, they're losing their life. I've sat down and I've watched videos even of, there's a foreigner in the country and he's going to different places, different communities. And these guys who are criminals are very proud. They're proud to have firearms that is valued more than their house, or in fact, firearms that are valued more than the items in their house. Things that cost $15,000 and more. Don't quote me on it. It's crazy. And I always sit to myself and I think and I'm saying, what is happening to the next generation? What will be and who will be the future prime minister, the future president? Because these are the younger generation. These are the people that are supposed to take care of us going forward. So I don't know. I'm going to take 2 more and I'm going into the news. Caller, good afternoon, Malcolm.
Good day, Dale. Let's talk solutions, right? We talk about the crime. How many of us ever interface with somebody's gang leaders and find out what they're fighting? I can tell you, I tried talking to 2 of them, and they can't tell me what they're fighting for. But what I did discover, though, is that the new set of gang leaders is the mothers, right? And solution. The solution, in my view, you have a lot of churches, mosques, Mindale, in areas where you have crime. These folks could come together, right, and approach these persons, those who are perpetrating the crime, who's considered the community leaders and what have you, and try and bring people to the table, right? Bring them to the table and try and flush out what is the real problem. Because sometimes like they cannot articulate what is the problem, why they fight it. And I believe if because every mosque, every church have members in this area there, and if their membership will become casualties. So therefore they have a stake, they're supposed to have an interest in what is taking place in the community. You can't just be on a Friday, and a Saturday, and a Sunday preaching to people. And what will affect them from Monday to Friday to Sunday, you're not trying to get involved. All the churches, all the mosques, all the Mindale, right? Those imams and pundits and pastors come together, approach these drug leaders, gang leaders, and have a discussion. No, before I go, I had discussion with 2 gang leaders. And the police is part of the problem. Because they are bringing and carrying message on both sides. What they need to do with the police service now is it constable and what have you, 3 months, 6 months rotation. You understand me? They need to have some serious rotation in the police service. So people is not staying there too long. I mean, those are the investigation and what have you. You may need to retain some of them, but not all of them, because some of them is the problem. I ain't telling you what people tell me, no better. I am trying to get a handle on this thing. You understand me? You have a foreigner here going around talking to the gang. You telling me pastors and imams can't talk to the same gang? That is what you're telling me. And then the kind of thing we perpetrate on the radio. Because when they do the nonsense, they put on the radio to hear, you understand, what they have done and feel good about it. So we need to look at the music on radio. We need to look at the whole spectrum. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, before I get into the editorial, and I want you all to share the live for those of you that are listening to us on Facebook, because I have a video and I have some stuff to play. Yeah, I have some stuff to play right after that. All right? Oh gosh, it's sweeter though. It's sweet, it's sweet, it's sweet. So let me just give you all what is happening right now in the dailies quickly, because I want to continue along a line on our path this afternoon. I saw some stuff here just now and it just disappeared. All right, so former director pastor amongst 5 in SSA dragnet. Self-proclaimed spy Pastor Ian Brown is again in police custody after he and 4 other affiliates of the Strategic Services Agency, including former Director Roger Best, were detained by police during a 24-hour exercise between Wednesday afternoon and yesterday. Brong and Bess, who has been on administrative leave since March 2nd, are assisting police with a series of investigations which include murder and illegally transferring guns. Police sources told Guardian Media yesterday that the 5 were being kept separately at different police stations and have been assisting police in the company of their attorneys. Brown, a former Special Reserve Police officer, was fired on March 19th. He was appointed a police officer by former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith in 2011 and seconded to the SSA at the request of Best. He is reportedly Best's prophetic advisor and earned a consulting fee from the agency of about $25,000 per month. Brown not only claimed to be a spy, but was said to be Israeli and German trained. His philosophy of rebuilding a government structure, including using people of faith with a military mindset, saw many members of his church becoming members of the SSA, including its then Deputy Director of Intelligence, Joan Daniel. Brown's Malabar home and churches, Jerusalem Bride in Malabar and the Eden Restored Church in Komuto, were searched in March and police-issued equipment was seized. On March 2nd, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley announced through the Office of the Prime Minister that the National Security Council had recommended Best be replaced immediately. Best was sent on administrative leave, and TNT's ambassador to the United States, Anthony Philip Spencer, was recalled and appointed acting director of the agency. Spencer was also appointed to conduct an internal audit of the SSA. To date, 12 people once assigned to the SSA have been fired as the audit continues. Apart from the alleged illegal transferring of the state-issued arms and ammunition, police are also investigating murders supposedly linked to SSA employees. Those murders include that of Brian Felix, 40, and landowner Alim Khan, 50, who were found in a forested part of Komuto in 2019, and last year's murder of Andy Daniel, 53. Daniel was the husband of now-sacked SSA Deputy Director Joan Daniel. The killing of alleged gangster Anthony Bumbe Boni in September 2021 is also being probed in connection with possible links to the SSA. 4 months before Daniel's death, intelligence officials tried to raise concerns to government officials to talk about how the SSA was being run by Best, including the confluence of church members at the top of the agency who were being heavily influenced by Pastor Brown, the challenges being faced with Best given his religious proclivities. He is an elder at Brown's church, and operations taking place that were beyond the remit of the SSA, all funded by taxpayers' dollars. International assistance was sought by the government to investigate allegations of misconduct at the SSA. Following the shakeup, Dr. Rowley said the issue was of grave concern as there may have been state resources used in criminal conduct. Guys, we're going to pay some bills. And when we come back, I have some videos to play for y'all. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked to the street.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM. As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to the street, 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM.
Shed it life. This is Natural Health Solution, where we offer a range of holistic services. Our HemoView, which is a deep dive into blood detection, both live and dry assessment. Or BioResonance full body assessment, or full body lymphatic detoxification. Or physical therapies include back, neck, and shoulder massage, sciatic nerve compression, and more. Our new beauty line includes both facial, mole and tag removal, and much more. Join us every Tuesday at 8:05 to 8:35 right here on the Street 91.9. Call our numbers is 222-2189. That number again is 222-2189.
Are you just tired of bad news in your communities, TV screens, and newspapers? Well, I have good news for you. Introducing Positive Corner with Naka every Tuesday from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. Highlighting young, vibrant, and future stars spreading our nation's banner across the world. Telling their story about their journey to success and overcoming the negativities that plagues our land. Come, let's sit, discuss, have a few laughs, but at the same time learn something new. Every Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. Positive Corner, where challenges are opportunities for growth.
It's time to win big as we get you ready for Redemption, the concert on June 1st. The Redemption Roadshow takes a center stage with over 60,000 in prizes and redemption ticket giveaways, plus pure conscious vibes. 12 locations, 12 grand prizes, and tons of giveaways are in store.
This Friday, May 17th,
the Redemption Roadshow stops at
Eastgates Mall, Trin-City, 4 p.m. Then on Saturday, 18th May, we head to Extra Foods, Arima, 4 p.m.
For more info, call 780-SHOW or 799-SHOW.
Yo, this is the Big Mike, not the mass man, the health man. And joining me
will be Little Mike as we discuss tips on taking you from zero health to optimum health using different protocols and techniques. Trinidad and Tobago. Join us every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. on the Street 91.9 FM for
Health Talk with Big Mike. It's not where it is, it's here it is. Boom!
If you want greater respect from your bankers, bosses, those in authority, then words matter. If you want more productive business relationships with co-workers, customers, or clients, then join Dr. Madonna on the Street 919 FM every Monday 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Words Matter. Communication for joyful workplaces. Dr. Madonna will help you unlock the secret power of words for your financial, relationship, and physical well-being. Whether you work at home, on the road, or in an organization, join Dr. Madonna every Monday 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Words Matter. Communication for joyful workplaces.
Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Wednesday night from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. live on the Street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, goji, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health performance and disease. Join him as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079 or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com. Remember, every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. and Wednesday at 7:05 p.m. live on the Street 919 FM.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko, in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry, every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. On Mondays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., Trauma and Bereavement. Also, every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., The Low and You. Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., dealing with disabilities. And every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., the all-night prayer live on the street 919 FM, designed with you in mind. This program deals with the day's issues from a biblical perspective, and you'll also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed you, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of you, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or 610-4673.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
So we're back again. It is 4 minutes past the hour of 1 o'clock. The story from the SSA is very interesting. All right, so let me just run through some of the headlines. Silence of Paria. It's almost 2 months ago, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley called on Paria Fuel Trading Company to move to settle outstanding compensation to families of the 4 deceased. Suspended director arrested. Ibert issue of Auditor General's removal doesn't come into play. Acting Prime Minister and Finance Minister Colin Imbert does not see why anybody would be intimidated by the probe into the imbroglio involving the Auditor General and the Ministry of Finance. Speaking at yesterday's post-cabinet news conference at Whitehall, Port of Spain, Imbert said the government commissioned investigations had nothing to do with the Auditor General's removal. Court asked to rule on probe. Bars on alert amid rising crime killings. Failed by TTPS and judiciary. Wow. These are some of the stories that are making its way in the news today. And I want to play a video. I just want to play something to remind you all a little bit, and then we're going into back to the phone calls. I want to play 2 videos and a voice note. This voice note was sent to me a little while ago. And it's just to kind of bring her back into a situation of let us not forget. And what our real duty is. We have our duty, you know. So I'm seeing my numbers very nice on the YouTube. I want to say good afternoon to all of y'all that are on YouTube. 415 of y'all on YouTube. I want my Facebook to come up. So I want to say good afternoon going on to all of y'all. Kevin, Sarah, Elizabeth, Jason Miller, good afternoon. Lucky Lal, good afternoon to you. Ghetto Negos, good afternoon. Debs Barker, good afternoon. I saw somebody was talking about a birthday coming up soon. I was just glimpsing at the comments. Kevin Springer, good afternoon to you. Shari Bartholomew, good afternoon as well. I want you all to jump in on the live. And for those of you all that are watching on your television screens, you're looking. Because I want to bring a little remembrance. Earlier on, because, you know, people are talking about, hey, we need this, we need that, we need the other. We need guns, we need this. And the same guns are failing us. There are young persons that are showing off firearms, showing off gangster life. Life of a gangster hustler. And that is pips, that's nice, it's cool. So I want to play, let's see if it comes up. Let's see here. Matter of fact, right, so while I'm getting this one here, nice, numbers looking good here. Let's just play this. So come and join me. Let me bring this over on the side. Bear with me now, it's a long time I do this, some weeks now. Take a look at this. Let's watch this together. Let's watch this together. Let's see. Mute this. And that's why it's important that you all come and watch. Now, this is in Trinidad. A family is home. I want you all to watch very carefully. In the yard like normal, eh? Watch very carefully. Three people home. Three guys jump a fence. This happened on the 15th, 2 days ago. Two days ago, this happened. "15th of May. Young men. Wielding a knife. Jumping a fence. And attacking two elderly persons. Beat the man up. Beat him up bad. Looks to beat the elder lady. You all saw what I saw, right? And a lot of us, we're here and we're sitting by our radios, we're sitting in front of our TV, we're probably eating something and listening and saying, hey boy, look Dale on the air. Wonder what he's saying, what he's going to talk about today. Or I wonder how it is I could spin whatever I could spin to make it into a political agenda. 2 days ago, this happened. 2 days. Sometime before that, police officer off duty in a bar has his personal FUL on him. He and a colleague sitting with his wife having some drinks, talking. A young man pulls up, brandishing a firearm. Allegedly, I guess, calling a robbery. The officer draws his firearm and retaliates because there was a opportunity, and he lost his life. Trying to protect himself, his family, his wife, his comrade, and the people around, because this guy came with a gun, and the only intent when you point a gun at me is to rob me, and if I resist, probably shoot me because the gun loaded. So there was an intent. But let me remind you all a little bit more. Take a listen to this. And this is in no way to bring disrepute. I want to put this out there beforehand. This what I'm playing here, this was sent to me, and I took a listen. This is in no way to bring disrepute to any company, but I just want to play for an example for you all to understand how sad it is right now, and the fact that we need to stop and put aside certain differences that we have, and who is this and who is that and who Chupudi and who this and that and the other. Put aside all them things. And let's deal with what is the real facts, the real matters, the real issues at hand. How are we going to come up with solutions? And after I play this, I'm going to open the phone lines. Because we need to know. And is it that we as a people, we more inclined and we're more happy with the bacchanal and the drama and everything else that goes with it, but not really, we don't really want a change? Listen to this. And if you're on your way, you're on the road, you're on your radio might be crackling up if you're fine, you ain't getting no signal or what. Join us on YouTube, join us on Facebook, join us on the audio only. Listen to this.
Hi, morning everyone. I just came off the phone with Daddy not too long ago. I wanted to let you all know that at around 12:30 this morning, Ricardo was working because he does TT rideshare on the side, and it is supposed to be an extremely safe app because anyone who books a ride, they have to give their ID, their phone number, their location. So thinking that it's an extremely safe app because you have to give your information, that there wouldn't be any robberies or anything like that. But sadly, unfortunately, Ricardo was held up at gunpoint in his vehicle. He accepted a ride. 3 men entered the car. They held him up at gunpoint. I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but thank God, first and foremost, they did not injure him. They did not harm him. They just took the car. They took his phone, his wallet with everything in it. And they left on the rideshare app. They threw Ricardo out of the car and told him to jump off of a cliff. He did it. He held on to a tree and they drove off. When they drove off, he climbed back up onto the road. All of this happened in a Rima. And they left on the rideshare app and they used Ricardo's vehicle to go and they went and they robbed somebody else. So they picked up another person. They robbed that individual, and we just got off the phone with the police because when Ricardo came home not too long ago, Darren and Tammy was with him. They stayed with him in the Arima police station. They dropped him home at around 3. When he came home, we opened up his laptop. We were able to locate the location of his phone via Google Maps. So we were on the phone with the police officers at the Arima station. They located the car like about an hour after. And they said that they are going to take the car to forensics for dusting of fingerprints and so on. But this is just to say, when you think that you're safe, that these apps are safe, it's just not safe. I mean, even for a female person, maybe working late shifts or so on, or using the app to get into the vehicles, it's just not safe. You never know what could happen. We always say these things not going to happen to us, but it hit home, and it's very scary because it could have gone very, very wrong. They could have put a bullet in his head because they did have the gun to his head, And the guys and lady said, "You have children?" He said, "Yes, I have 3 kids." And they said, "Well, we're real sorry, things are in this country." They say, "I have a job," and he said, "Yes, well, this is one of the forms of my income. This is my income." And they said, "Well, we're real sorry, but things are, and we need to make a living too, so we're going to have to take everything.
Wow.
And if you don't cooperate, we're going to kill you." So it's just, please be safe. Right? So you all have a good day. We are now going to go and get some sleep and just keep us in your prayers.
Am I the only person that listened to this just now? If you're listening to this and you didn't say wow, because this is the reality. This is reality. We always think that it ain't gonna happen to us. It might never happen to us. Or my family safe, or my this or that or the other, until that day it happens. And I could go on and play different and various videos to remind us that at the end of the day, this is what is happening. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Afternoon, big brother.
Hey, what's up?
Good, man. Me say from the arena for this, man. Good to hear you back on point again. All right. You hear me properly?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
All right. That is a sobering tale. Well, a sobering episode. I not tale. I tell you that story. This is real life you're talking here. Right? It just goes to show, right, the situation at hand and the actions of the powers that be that not supporting things that would change these things or the things that causing these things. Right? One of the problems you have a problem here with firearm, gun-related crime. Yeah. We have legislation against that, not so? That when they catch you with a gun is 120 days consecutive without bail, also. That's how it used to be. And somehow that jump up in the sky. Also, it have legislation against gangs, not so? Not so? Right? How come that not being fully supported? Why? Right? At the end of the day, as I was always say, right, a bullet is not red nor yellow, you know. But what it is cause is red, and that is blood. It do discriminate. Right? So we as a people now, we seem to be, some of us, we living in fear. Because I'm going to tell you something, I may not agree with me, you know. It has somehow we will take the fight back to them fellas and them, you know. Because what you going to do when things happen, you may not agree with me, but I'm just telling you how I feeling, and I know it's a man like me thinking so. You understand? When something happens, your authority is not around. Right? So you have to be in your mess. Right? Not only your family, wife, children. Look at this brother who trying to make an honest dollar. You know what them fellas and I'm telling them? This is how we live. We have to eat our food. So if you do what we are saying, you're gonna out your light. And yet still, you have people who in the halls of power, saying, who have the power to change things, and brother dear, they have the power to change it and they don't want to, for whatever reason, whatever their agenda is, and coming out here and balling politics, this, that, the other. Big man, politics is all that we, African, Indian, Chinese, Douglas, whoever is part of, because Trinidad, because not just that in Trinidad, is all that we being affected by this thing here. And I hope that God forbid, because watch me, I done offensive minded already. I have no faith. Right? So you come to take my life. Alright. Prepare to lose yours. It ain't songing nice. And it ain't songing good, big brother dear. But there are plenty men thinking that probably they ain't gonna say it, you know. Because a lot of these young fellas who perpetrate these things, Big man, what you do with pests? What you do with pests? When you see a cockroach, what you do with it? Not just calling anybody a cockroach, eh? It's just an analogy. When you see a pest, what you do with it? You don't deal with it? You don't exterminate it? Well, that is what this is what some of these young fellas had to say to my eyes in it there. I wouldn't want. I wouldn't need. Because you cannot go and distress a man who can hard take them children father from them, take them sisters brother from them, take them wife husband from them, and it's all right. You go back on the block and it's everything, and you just like, boy, I know put on a walk there, so boy, no boy. The powers that be, right, for whatever reason, I mean, there's only one hand could clap, and right now there's only one hand flapping right now, not the both hands. And people need to realize, right, that they have the power to change these things. Right? Just not too long ago, murderers didn't get no bail. How come murderers getting bail now? Who went and deal with that? To make sure them get bail. Eh? So, they better get the act together quick. The powers that be. I said another warning. Right? Because men fed up by the fed up. And fed up. And gonna start to take action in their own hand. And when the police go say, but yeah, but when thing happen, it'll be wrong. So when somebody come in my house like this with uncle and auntie, the 3 old people there, they come to distress them. Right? That is my family. You know what I mean? I see in blood.
Let me make some room for some other people to give contributions.
Yeah, good. Yeah, man, I tell you, good to hear back in the arena. Keep it real, locked on and listening.
Yeah, man.
But a sobering thought, big man, a sobering thought.
I hope we really, I don't know, you know. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Hey, good afternoon, brother. Good to engage you again, man. Listen, I have to dissuade that bridge. I'm going and do TT right here. I have to give him a live example of a situation I found with a young lady who was doing it. Picked up 3 men in Kelly. You know, she ended up in the heights of Lucas. And that's like that situation, they took the vehicle and they allowed her to go. And my now was adamant, boy, you ain't going no place unsafe because of how the app does operate. I said, no, nothing foolproof and it's Trinidad, brother.
That's the thing.
The same way you thinking you alone could buy an iPhone, these fellas committing crimes to buy iPhone to be able to have all these apps and so on. And they will use them for that purpose. You understand? But to follow up on what the first brother said, you know that if they had killed a man, and fellas would be entitled to bail, just like the Officer Myers killer, or who say he is not the killer, he have an alibi. They will be entitled to bail and be cool with that. What I'm saying, I seen people marching for Free Palestine and things, but we need to march for no bail for murder once again. The hold you with a gun, you have to make that 120 days, and you have to demand that they fast track a trial. And we have to ask back for licks for people, brother. Bring back the cat and the birch. And hard labor had to be hard labor. So we want to see a breaking some stone. And had to be bloody. I always go back to watching the story and Nelson Mandela and watch him breaking stones in prison in Robben Island, and for what he wanted to do, for black people to vote. But if you're killing me, your hand had to bleed for that too. Especially if you get a sentence where you might get 20 years or 25 years and you're 35 or you're 20. Because you come out when you're 45. When you come out, you must have the scars on your hand to show that you do hard time, brother. That is why I say, no, this simple thing could bring it back. Take care, brother. Thanks for the opportunity. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. That some voice notes here to play as well. Let me see. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Dave.
Hey.
You know, I'm listening to your callers and the depth that we just be going to, right? And I ask myself, the people that creating our laws and the people that enforcing our laws, do they ever sit down and be having these type of conversations and getting so deep into what these callers getting into? Because according to the first caller, did I share his sentiments, you know? If that was me, all now I sit down in the police station, all now answering questions, you know. Because I not going through that with these people, because I ain't seen them robbing people who collecting perks right through. I ain't seen them going after them. I ain't seen them going after people who we hear in all kind of mismanagement of our funds. Means you only going after them. Only going after people who under same pressure like all you. So what all you want to do? The whole country must turn to crime and do like what all you're doing because all you're under pressure. I not going through that with these people in Trinidad who determine that they're not going and do nothing for themselves more than look at people and envy people and target people things out here. But we have people who supposed to be creating laws to assist the constituency that you went and begged them for your vote for, right? And hand it over to the police service to enforce. We busy and telling people, don't vote, just vote, right? That will solve our problems here. Forget about everything, right? Just focus on where you're pointing us to and forget about everything. Don't vote, just vote. And when we come and make noise about that, we are the problem because we are saying that Trinidad is losing when the only option we have is PNM or UNC. Trinidad is losing. Every 5 years we continue to lose. What have we set out to do in this country, right, as a nation, in terms of collectively and achieve it up to now? Every single thing we running into a problem. These politicians call it naming all type of different allegations against one another. And it hardly ever getting the aggressiveness that the police have when they're out on the streets looking to see what's wrong with your vehicle. But no, forget about everything that's happening in this country and just cover this eye and see one party alone because this is what I offer you. Or cover this eye and see this next party alone because this is what I offer you. We're going real good in this country with that approach. We're going very, and a big man will say, I's a dunce because I not going down that duncey road with them. You're being ridiculous. If we don't start now, when will we ever start to tell the nation it's time for us to mature and put these 41 people in their place? I looked on and listening. Beautiful contribution from your last two main callers.
Yeah, man. This is what it is we're about today. I'm going to play some voice notes. I don't have a call on the line. Just hold for me for 27 seconds.
I agree with that fella. All the things he's saying, I agree with him. Right? I agree with him. Them fellas just don't care. Right? Even when they come in here and they walk in, them can't get no work. You could imagine that? They want fast money. Fast money they want. That's how it is. Just imagine my granddaughter coming from school. Have she money to travel for the week because it's a distance. She had to take 3 transportation. Take a maxi when she reach summer. She had to take when she take the maxi. She had to take her next car to go in. Like three from home, maxi and down to South and in South. And it's a schoolboy take it. So he going home now, he going home with money. The parents are checking on him. They're checking the bag. What do you think happened? What do you think when he get older what happen? He start from now. I tell you, people right now, people heartless. They don't care. They don't care. And all they're doing is going in people's house and interfering with all these old people. These old people can't fight back. All they keep beating them. And that's hurtful. Like that, you watching that and I just feel it. Only beating all them old people. Eh? So bad. Only have a parent, only have a grandparent. These fellows wicked. Are you fine right now? Them so? The police is just to kill them and put them in a flipping body bag right now. They may need to live. Just kill them one after the other. You catch them, just put it. You have to get like El Salvador. You see how all the crime cool down there? They had real crime. You have to get like that.
So I'm asking persons who are listening to us and sending voice notes, remember to load down your radio or your TV that you're listening when it is you're sending, so that we could hear properly what you're saying. And again, I have to be very careful, especially being on here, and the things that persons say and emit on a live broadcast. And one of the things that I want to put a curb to one time is within the voice note where it was stated that the police should kill them. I want us to realize and remember that we have to abide by the laws of the land. And police just killing people, we have a court of law, we have a judiciary, we have a judicial system, and those things are things that needs to and this is where we have to start the conversation. Because while we may say the solution is put them to sleep, the real conversation is, what are we doing for the laws to work for the people? Because there's so much time we've been saying that the law's not working for us. Things put in place is not for we the people. I'm gonna go back to the phone lines. All ain't catching me today with some of them comments I've seen there on the live, you know. All ain't catching me at all. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Afternoon again, Dale.
Afternoon.
The law not working for who? It's our children, and they must look after their children. It seems as though parents waiting for the children to die to bury them and ball, you know, and then say the police ain't working for you. It's your child out there doing something. Why your child out at night with their own key and you cannot speak to them, don't know where they're going, what they're bringing home? Dale, I know a lady who went to jail. I don't know if she's out there with her son. I don't know if you know the biggest marijuana bust that the police had in Tunapuna some years ago. I didn't even know about it. It's when I heard that because somebody we know, she went to jail and the son went to jail as well, right? And I think she had said she knew nothing about it, but it's the home, right? And you know, one of my hairdressers told me once where parents weren't talking to her son, they weren't giving him anything, nothing at all, and he hung himself, and they pay about $20,000 for the funeral and bawling like if they can't stop. You understand? This is what you get from the people who say, how much police there must be? 1,000,001 police for the citizens? Take care of your children. I mean, some people have given up and said, listen, I don't care. I cannot talk to my son. I cannot talk to my daughter. So it is. They just find the car and the phone of that person.
Yeah.
They found the car.
They found the vehicle, yeah, from what I understood.
And they found the phone. Well, the phone would be on somebody when they found it.
I think the phone was in the vehicle, so they abandoned the vehicle and the phone. Because remember, they were using the phone to use the app to get more customers, and they were robbing people who were applying to get a lift. So
yeah,
they used the app. Yeah.
So they just not on the phone.
Yeah, so they found the phone and
provided.
Correct. And once the person, they pick up the passenger, they rob them.
And maybe, well, I think we need to get some more forensic people in Trinidad. There's the video that you showed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw that video. I have that one and another one on my phone. I can't look at it where I was because I have a lot of things doing there.
Right.
So when I get home, I would. But I'll look into who sent it and the conversation because it probably came from a chat. The thing about it is, if you watch the young lady, she came out and she went there, she watched in the direction of where the people was, and she started bawling instead of entering to the house to locking up the house encouraging the mom to stay in house and the pa to stay in house. So they wanted to fight with they came out to fight with the bandits, and I do not understand those things. The investigators, and they have to say that because that's their job, they do that. There is another one where the woman came out of a car, she stood up in the same angle. I watch it over and over. That's how I watch things, for me to analyze what it is sent my way. And I see the two guys come out, and she could have seen that same spot. She waited again on the steps before she entered the home. You see, a lot of things we have to do proper investigation. People must not post things just like that. Give us some feedback, right? Because it really affects us as citizens. We get frightened, and, you know, it's a whole other thing. And I know the police can't do everything. People, be careful. You send somebody out there to kill somebody and say it's a robbery. All of those things happen. I watch too much crime videos, true crime videos, to just take things light.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't think that they stayed to fight the bandits. You have to understand sometimes in these situations, when you're not prepared and you just see somebody coming across, sometimes your brain, your body don't react, you don't know how to function. Sometimes you start to do some foolish things. And, you know, it ain't easy. It really not easy. Call a good afternoon. Call a good afternoon, welcome. Call a good afternoon. All right, not wasting any time. Call a good afternoon, welcome.
Hey, Dale, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, Dale, I believe, because I really want to get on to the MP, the Member of Parliament, in the Parliament there, because I want to talk to him about the fundamental changes that has to be made with the Constitution and how we're dealing with that, because that will affect us. Because we can't have people that we put into high public office and there's allegations of wrongdoing and we vote them in. You know, like for instance, the United States had to tell us that there are MPs in our parliament that is involved in, suspected to be involved in human trafficking.
Right.
Now, it will be very hard to clamp down on that person, you know why? Because that person is not the one who would go and actually and physically be involved in it. That person will be the one from on top handing the directions and how this have to do it, and he will benefit mostly on that. Like
one thing I want to tell you, though, caller, is that we have to remember and understand the key word there, and you use the word, which is allegations. So whether or not we hear talk, the U.S. come and say something, it is not factual and it's not truth. It's an allegation.
Allegation, yeah.
So at the end of the day, I know where you're going with it. But we also have to remember that if I am alleging that somebody has done something and we don't have physical proof to say that this is what they're doing, then it goes nowhere. And I think that is the problem even too with the voting society, is the fact that everything remains an allegation, everything remains a talk, because there's no follow-up or follow-through. And because we have the 7-day mentality, in the next 5 to 7 days, we don't forget what it is went on, and we on to the next one, we on to the next kankala. So the problem is that we will come here, and because we like the drama, we like the bacchanal, we come on the radio, we bacchanal a scene for the next 3 to 5 days, 7 days max, and then after that, the next new bacchanal come on and we forget that, and then hear what? We not only forget the bacchanal, we forget that crime prevalent, and we have these things facing every single day of our life, and then we run in the bacchanal, and when the bacchanal done, guess what? The crimes still remain. The serious crimes remain, where we will open our eyes, and when it is that we're going to wait, we're going to wait until we get a phone call that, hey, my mother, my father, my godbrother, my uncle, my aunt, my sister, my cousin, my nephew, and my wife get killed, murdered, or robbed, and then that's when we go in and have the tenacity and drive to run round the savannah and put up a cardboard box with writing on it and saying that Trinidadian lives matter. That is when we go do that. Because, I mean, it takes a lot less for us to jump up and talk about Black Lives Matter around the savannah. It takes a lot less for us to be tear-gassed, to move, because we're having an illegal protest, but because we believe within our heart and with our knower and don't let me big toe that is the right thing to do, we outside.
Right, but and I agree totally because we are on the same page, and that is why I was talking about the constitutional reform, because even though you have an allegation against you, your party is responsible for putting you up. So whoever leads the party will screen you and put you to represent. But if you have an allegation and the allegation seems to be so thing, I think you should say a name. Because listen, I can't call this radio station and make serious allegations about you.
Yeah.
And when you call on me to come up with the proof, I have no proof, and I continue saying it, and you warn me, you'll give me a pre-action protocol letter.
Correct, is right.
Right, and that is where you put your defense are. Since you know, and I tell you, like it happened with Dr. Rowley, where he landed, and Dr. Rowley would have cleared his name, and the senator went and he said it, and Dr. Rowley had to address him. And he went back and he said it again, but he had to pay a couple $1,000 to Dr. Rowley and the landed scandal.
Right.
Well, what I'm saying is that if Dr. Rowley and them has a responsibility, the PNM has a responsibility, and when they're screening people to come to represent and who the whole office. But if you have a little allegation like that, you will say, okay, well, you can't thing, and that's how they screen people. Well, you hold on until they name clear whoever it is there. You push you aside, because in screening, there is where you know who you put in. Like, for instance, in the screening on the other side, a member is telling the committee in the party, the screening committee, that this man have serious allegations of things, and a lot of people seem to have an idea, but they just can't, they never catched him, or he never been around anything. So, you just watch. But I am saying, when you have these things, don't bother to go and put yourself to represent and thing up on our parliament now. Step aside and allow somebody else who has a clean sheet.
Right.
And we have to start by doing that, because you can't tell me that you having people thinking that they're going to debate laws that has a constitutional right that to prevent me from doing certain things, but other people in the law could get away with it. Because you know why? When I sit down in the parliament, no police can come and ask me questions just so at all. Talk to my lawyer.
Right.
And I don't have to answer any question, and that's my problem. Constitutional reform to help deal with that, and I'm not in agreement with police killing the bandits like that. Police need to defend themselves first. So if in the line of fire they defend themselves, I have no problem with that. But you see what happened with the man who fell off the chair? He was already in custody. The police and them had them there. And for him to fall off a chair and get that kind of concussion and dead, and I totally disagree with that.
Yeah.
I disagree with...
But then the duty of the police officer is to detain and bring before a court of law.
Bring the court and let the court decide. If the court says to put you in the chair or to put a rope on your neck, let the court do it. And now for us as a thing, we have to lobby the government if we want to hang people in this country, because we have to also understand, if we're going to hang people in the country, it's going to have an effect on how we trade with the world, because there are certain institutions outside
that don't believe in it.
And yes, who don't believe in that. Yeah. And there are certain sanctions that if the government is doing that, they put that sanction on you, and then if you like certain foods or certain brands of clothing and those things there, you can't trade, you can't bring it in, and then we'll be losing US dollars. In terms of
it's a wide repercussion where that is concerned, but I don't believe that hanging people or persons is the right way. Honestly,
I agree with you too.
And what I want to say, caller, is that one of the things that I want you to hear as well is the fact that all what you're saying there in terms of allegations, we the people, including myself, you and everybody else that listening, we at fault. Because we know and we do nothing about it. The most that we do is talk and make and the thing about it is, these people and them know, and people know, that them just wind up themselves for 3-4 days, And that go brush under the table, and yeah, it's a cool scene. Don't beat up on it now, man. Let them talk. Caller, good afternoon.
Hello, good evening, Dale.
Good afternoon.
Actually, okay, I'm just hearing an echoing in the background now.
I'm not hearing it, so I don't know if it's on
All
your
right,
side.
All right, okay. Yeah, my Dale, nice to have you on the little radio this evening on a Friday. And you're having a very interesting discussion. I appreciate that. the situation with this politics in Trinidad and Tobago, right? You would have seen a couple of years ago with Franklin Candy, deceased, and Mr. Eric Williams. Both ministers got tied up under allegations. And the Prime Minister then asked them to step down until those matters were determined.
Right.
We found out later on that they were blatantly false. Right? There were lies told about them, and it was in a situation where two persons who are still present with us in this life, the opposition leader as well as the former Attorney General, they were called concerning that situation. Nothing came out of it. And even up to today, we still have issues going on. Our situation in this country remains that it appears that the persons who have to enforce the law, somehow they are not able to do so. I am thinking that within the law enforcement agency, you must have good persons. You must have persons who know what the right thing is to do. And until the criminals understand that they are law enforcement officers in Trinidad and Tobago to enforce the law, we'll have this problem with this criminal situation going on from now till whenever. Our country requires good people to be in the law enforcement agencies, starting from police, DPP, judicial officers. All of them need to come together and deal with the criminal element. As pertaining to the situation with murders, I believe that if you believe in law enforcement, then execution. So if some people still fighting up with hanging people, then we have to introduce another form of execution, because that is part of law enforcement. The punishment has to be carried out. And once people taking people's lives at will, then once we find them guilty before the law, after the process is carried out, they are to be executed. That is the story. So everything else we fighting up with, we have to determine as citizens, because in the PNM camp, the persons who vote for the PNM, most of the time, they require people who have good standing in the population. Most of the time, the political leader is clear on that, and the persons who vote, clear on that. If a person coming before the population to ask for vote or whatever, in the PNM camp, they must be squeaky clean as possible. Otherwise, they wouldn't get the support of the persons who voted for PNM as well as the political leader. I think that has been cleared in the last X amount of years. So thanks again, Dale, for the little time. Thanks for the opportunity to share my little thoughts. And you have a good weekend.
Yeah, man, you too.
Yeah.
I want us to also remember, don't take everything that you hear coming out from in the parliament and the parliamentary chambers or the House of Representatives as gold. There is something that parliamentarians bank on, and it falls under the parliamentary privileges and immunities. And I don't know if any of you all have had a read of the parliamentary privileges and the immunities that is provided to each and every senator. Number 3 of that privilege, which is on page 6, under the privileges and immunities, it states no civil or criminal proceedings may be instituted against any member for words spoken before or written in a report to the House or to a committee, or by reason of any matter or thing brought by him therein by petition, bill, resolution, motion, or otherwise. All you hearing me, right? And I'll come into something today. Again, I said, no civil or criminal proceedings may be instituted against any member for words spoken before or written in a report to the House or to a committee or by reason of any matter or things brought by him therein by petition, bill, resolution, motion, or otherwise. No member, number 4, no member shall be liable to arrest for any civil debt except a debt the contraction of which constitutes a criminal offense, whilst going to, attending at, or returning from a sitting of the House or any committee. We like to sit down and we listening, and this one said this about that body, and they say it in the House. They say it while a debate going on, and we run with it. Today I want to talk about real issues. Today I want us to focus on what is the solutions. Let us understand, because a person call and say, let the police and them put them to sleep. I'm not going to say exactly what she say, but we big people, so we understand. But putting them to sleep don't do nothing. We need a proper judicial system, because guess what? Some people might say, hey, hang them, hang them, hang them. Let we forget the repercussions of it by the supporters of different persons in different countries. But if our judicial system in a mess, our crime-solving abilities in a mess, neighbor don't want to talk because witness is dead, we're going to hang who? For what to happen? We'll play some voice notes. I have some callers on the line. Let me see.
Hello, Dale. This watching that invasion video was scary. You know, I just got up and locked up my whole place. I just want to say God bless you and thanks for sharing it. But it was really scary. Really, really scary. Thank you.
Caller, good afternoon. Thanks for holding. Caller?
Yes, Dale.
Yes, I hear you. Go ahead. You have a minute and 30. Go ahead.
Wow, I can't make it in that. But you see, let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about people talking in Parliament. What that fella said was true. The end result is the man was Franklin Khan, Eric Williams, and Dan Sung Suk.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Sung Suk finally come out and admit that he was more or less coerced into making such a statement. That is why I said these two people should not have been in our Parliament after that. What we should have in place in Parliament is when people are accused of they want to change the Constitution. Once you are found to be accused of something, just like how they call for Marlene, you see, morality only comes on one side of the fence, son. And when you understand that, then you would be able to be somewhat neutral. I have a side, but my side stands on goodness. The same people call for Marlene, and Marlene only had what they would say is accusation, right? Marlene was charged based on accusation, right? Isn't the same chief whip that is sitting in our Parliament also charged on the same allegations? Isn't Munilal also before the court on those same allegations? Isn't Jolene John before the court on those same allegations, and they're sitting in our Parliament? The citizens who make noise for Marlene to go are not making noise for these people to come out. And if we make noise, they say we are racist or we are against the UNC. So our morality can't stand. So until there is fairness, look, here we go on. I hear the Prime Minister say 100 million for the people in town. Yeah, a man saying yesterday, that is unfair. If you look sharp on that time, we say we take us before the equal opportunities to say how the people, but the same people telling you how to pay them stuff up people in Lamantil for 30-something years. You understand my point, my brother?
I understand fully.
So when you make the statement that there are two sides, like the fellas who come in after, there's a difference between a man coming to counteract what I said and a man coming to lie about what I said and make up a lie about. There's two different, you know. If you counteract my argument, it's fine.
We go and pay bills. We go and pay bills. Thanks. Guys, we'll be back.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to the street, 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM.
Shed it live. You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is the Big Mike, not the Mass Man, the Health Man. And joining me
will be Little Mike as we discuss tips on taking you from zero health to optimum health using different protocols and techniques. Trinidad and Tobago. Join us every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. on the Street 91.9 FM for
Health Talk with Big Mike. It's not where it is, it's here it is. Boom!
Are you just tired of bad news in your communities, TV screens, and newspapers? Well, I have good news for you. Introducing Positive Corner with Naka every Tuesday from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. Highlighting young, vibrant, and future stars spreading our nation's banner across the world. Telling their story about their journey to success and overcoming the negativities that plagues our land. Come, let's sit, discuss, have a few laughs, but at the same time learn something new. Every Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. Positive Corner, where challenges are opportunities for growth.
On June 1st, consciousness takes over. Redemption.
The 9th edition.
Queen's Park, Savannah, Port of Spain. We bring to you Super Cat.
Sizzler Kalanji.
Steel Pulse.
Christopher Martin.
Oh, Lord, don't let me cheat on my girlfriend.
Collie Buds. Mr. K. And John Melody.
It's a blessing to see people.
Redemption.
June 1st, get general tickets $400.
$850 VIP.
And $1,250 VVIP tickets now at islandetickets.com.
QT's 1 Woodbrook Place, Piarco and Heartland Plaza in Chaguanas.
Java Nation, Port of Spain and Food Hall, Piarco Plaza.
Clubhouse on Arapita Avenue.
In Excess, Arima and Port of Spain.
All Extra Foods outlets nationwide.
Den for Men, C3 Center, San Fernando.
And Johnny Q Superstore in Tobago.
Call 780-SHOW for exclusive cabana bookings. Sponsored by Angostura White Oak Rum,
B-Mobile,
Forest Park Punch and Rum,
Coca-Cola,
Corias Hard Wine,
Stag,
Simon's Musical Supplies,
Rude Boy,
Dasani Water,
Sunshine Snacks,
Java Nation,
American Stores,
and Johnny Q Sound Company.
Wait, boy. Wait, Elon, boy. Like, Elon coming to work today, boy, trumpet, boy. Let me call Elon, boy. Oh, Elon.
What's going on with you?
Where you, boy? We have to work, boy.
So today's a holiday, boy.
Elon, it is not a holiday. It is the day after the holiday. Boy, come to work, boy.
Boss, I'm not coming to work today.
But Elon look brand right here, boy.
Yeah, you right there? Where you want the food?
Hello.
Brandy, what's going on? Today's the boat, right? I'm not coming up the road. I stay in south because I going on the boat. And the boat isn't south. I done home. I'm not coming up the road. I'm not coming. You see, boy? Elon, no.
Pow! F-Away with work. The Big Boat Ride. Cooler Edition. Friday, 31st May. Aboard the Sea Champion. We board at 10 a.m. Sail at 11 a.m. And you know what? If you're late, then it's F-Away with you. Kings Wharf, San Fernando. Pow! F-Away. Away with Work. Brought to you by Jade Monkey Bar Tobago and Pappy's Waterhole. Pow!
Tickets available at Pappy's Waterhole and Dev's Barbershop, San Fernando. Ronnie and Caro Mascap, Woodbrook. A Taste of Tobago, Arima. The Jade Monkey Bar, Tobago. Or online at islandetickets.com. For more info, call 740-6722 or 266-6626.
Job Optimum Health and Wellness. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan. Examines all of your organs in a single session. 95% accuracy. It's painless, non-invasive and affordable. Call Pastor Job at 350-2628, 767-1031 or 275-6300. Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan at Job Optimum Health and Wellness.
Conscious Talk, where we are at and where we are going. After a storm, there is a calm. Where there is darkness, light follows. Where there is evil, good overcometh. It's Conscious Talk with Steve Antoine. Every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. It's Conscious Talk. Conscious Talk. Talk.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on The Street 919 FM.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. Or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. Everybody just share the live. All on Facebook, share the live. All on IG, share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Everybody just share the live. You listening? Listen now.
Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
I want everybody to share the live. Downtown Posse Happy, share the live. Uptown Posse Happy, share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Everybody just share the live. Tobago, share the live.
The following is a paid program. The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Deal the voice up in your company, and I'm holding things down for Juliet Davy. Juliet taking a little break. She on vacation, as far as I heard, and so I'm holding things down for her this evening. And we're gonna continue the conversation. I'm gonna continue to keep the lines open. You could feel free to call 342-0081. 466-5391, and we're taking this, and I'm going all the way straight down to 4 p.m. today. It's a beautiful Friday, and we're going all along. Only a double dose of deal today. Call a good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, boys.
Hey.
Well, I'm glad that you continue the conversations. And those who coming forward and listening to the conversation, all you listen good, all you just hear. We want people to listen, not hearing and blabbering them out after. Understand? And I want to say, I'm asking Julia to give me a call. I can't remember her number, so I could have given her a call. Julia, if you listen, I know you know my number, give me a call, please. Thank you. Yeah. So people, I want to say to Mr. Christopher, turn your back to the audience and conduct the players. If you turn your back to the players and watch the audience, the players go to where they want. Turn your back to the audience. The audience can't do nothing. The audience will say, put the audience in the position and they can't tell that off. I go.
342-0081-466-5391. Those are the numbers to call. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dale.
Hey, afternoon.
I'm sorry about the ambulance.
That's all right.
But if Juliet on holiday, what happened to Mr. Aruka?
Well, both of them take a break, as far as I hear. I don't know.
Okay.
I just
Have a
started-
blessed day.
Yeah, you too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
That's as far as I know, eh? That's as far as I know. I haven't spoken to Juliet, but as far as I know, she's taking a little rock back, a little rest and reflection, a little vacation. 342-008-1466-5391. Those are the numbers to call, and we can continue the conversation. And of course, if you have anything that you want to bring to the forefront, because I know this is the People's Hour, you feel free to do so. Caller, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Dana.
Good afternoon.
Well, I have not had the opportunity to say this, but I want to say to the Ministry of Work that the size of the vehicle we have now is not the size we had before. And I have noticed, I do not know who gives road contractors to build some of the tiny roads. They're tiny, I call it, because they're the same size for the car. Now, you know, sometimes you have to shift it down, and in some cases, there are no shoulders, right? And it's the responsibility, I don't know if it's under the Ministry of Work, where people using the pavements for their own private use. Maybe when they pay in property tax, they can pay the taxpayers a little extra. But these tiny roads are they're building, and I noticed that road in a remount from Pinto to Demerara Road on the highway, it's taken a long time. I do not know what is there. I want to know what is really there that they're taking those contractors. They stop, they start, they stop, and they're there again. But my main thing is the road, they're making the road too small. If you have to make 2 lanes, make 2 lanes, because it's very difficult for drivers. You know, and I've been driving for a long while, and the driving I used to do before, or had before with the spaces, it's not comfortable for me, right? So I want them to take a look at that seriously, and this is a serious thing. As a driver,
yeah,
and there one more thing, our elderly cannot use the pavement. It's useless, and it's no use putting a pavement like that, and if you say for people to walk on and they can't walk, make the street. The people walking in the street, make it, extend the lane. And it's very bad, and you're paving badly as well. Take a look, take a walk, everybody in the Ministry of Work, take a walk on the road. Don't just drive and have your security drive you about. No, I'm serious about that, Dave. Very serious. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I try to be careful what I say on the airwaves there, but we have a lot of things that needs to be dealt with categorically and to be fixed, you know. I wish I could sit and organize a real conversation with the Minister of Works and Transport, the licensing chief whip, as you could say, and understand some of these laws and even the merit point system and all these different things, because but it's not about me today. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon. Let me ask you a question and then I'll move on. I get cut off just now, and all of a sudden I hear the pan, so I say, well, Juju coming on, but you go on here, you say you go on, and I come back in the living room and I hear you, so I'm the Juju this afternoon.
As far as I'm told, she take a break. So I think it's on vacation or whatever. So I'm not sure when she'll come back in. I didn't have a full conversation as to what. So I'm just holding things down this afternoon.
Because you know why?
Tell me.
I heard a statement made either yesterday or the day before yesterday, that this radio station get a lawsuit. Rah, rah, rah. And it ain't coming from because of what we saying here. Today I ain't here, Pastor. We'll go if I'm not mistaken, because I came in late. I am mother this morning. And when I listened to the statement that was made, it was accusing the very said 2 persons that I didn't hear today. You know that, son? We are listeners, you know. We are not fools. We are not mooks. I want IWER George to understand that we are not stupid people. We are not unintelligent. We are not the people who just call you at 4 o'clock on afternoons. So please treat us with a lot more respect, or a little more respect than that, please. I go on, son. I feel like I take a rest too on vacation.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. Caller, good day. All right, so lost that one. The lines are open, you know. This is the people's hour. I really believe that this evening I could come here and talk about anything. I could come here and have an editorial and carry all straight until the hour 4. But there's the opportunity, and this is the time for us to voice our concerns, voice how we feel, voice what we're feeling about what is happening in society, what's happening in the country, things that we have a solution for. Bring the solution. Caller, good afternoon.
I just wanted to let you know that Julia Davis supposed to let her callers know if she's going on vacation. Because we depend on her to come from 2 o'clock, from 2 to 4.
Right. She didn't? Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, she didn't say anything about going on vacation or anything like that?
No, I haven't heard that.
Okay. All right. Well, I kind of shocked or surprised about where that is concerned. I am really surprised.
Okay, they're supposed to inform us and let us know something, man.
Yeah. All right. 342-008-1466-5391. Those are the numbers to call. Yeah, People's Hour. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
But to be honest, Julia Davis, she really did so. They said so yesterday.
She did?
She said so.
Okay, great. All right, I want to make sure, I want to make sure. But I know she would have said she's going on vacation or not. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon again, Dale.
Afternoon.
Dale, I feel certain things going on, but we're not aware of it. Because the situation with Juliet and Mr. Ruka. Juliet did mention that she'll be away from the station for a couple of days. Right?
Okay.
But Mr. Ruka is the surprise this evening.
Right.
Because I know normally he comes in on a Friday. So he comes in Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to co-host with Juliet. So I'm not clear on what's going on with Mr. Ruka.
All right. Well, I don't know. I think he would have taken the same break or whatever the case may be. As again, remember, I've been away for a while, so I don't know what's happening. So all keeping me abreast.
So where am I? So far for the last couple of months, I've seen certain things. You have been absent, as you say, for a little while. I think because of this Gary Griffith business. I'm not clear on what happened there. And I know that Juliet and they would have been throwing some serious fire in the last couple of weeks concerning the whole situation with politics in this country.
Right.
And this UNC that remains very, very dishonest when coming to the citizens of this country. They're very dishonest, and their supporters are of a strong opposition to the PNM, both in Trinidad and out of Trinidad. And I don't know if, based on those things, we've seen some of the effects of it on the radio station. Because those two fellas who come in after you, right, they are on the air and they talk all sorts of things. Disrespectful to the Prime Minister when they're ready. You can't call in to give any comments concerning the PNM. All they take is persons in opposition to the People's National Movement. They talk all sorts of things about Dr. Rowley and the PNM and all sorts of things. But they are not threatened. And I heard when he said something about all the PNM supporters should dead. Those are some of the comments that are widely made. And it appears to me that whatever is going on, it is sad to see that all the good people, they are always the ones to take the blues, as we say. In Trinidad and Tobago, we have some work to do. And all the right thinking citizens, those who stand for the right thing, have to be clear that we are in a battle. And you see those persons who prepare themselves to practice wickedness, we can't shun from them. We have to stand up for what the right thing is. So I'm looking on and I'm examining what will be happening next week when coming to this program. Whether Mr. Aruka will step in or whether he'll stay away. Because he has stepped in before. Juliet wasn't able to have a program and he came in as the co-host and he held down the fort. So I'm looking on Dale the Voice and looking on to see what's going on.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for your time, Dale.
No problem.
And
Thanks for your contribution. Same to you and yours. And there are times that both Mr. Aruka and Juliet is not able to make it, or when Juliet is unable to come, Mr. Aruka holds on the fort, and then there are times when he is unable to hold the fort, and then they will call in one of our comrades to hold the mantle for that day. All right. Zoni, in terms of when I was doing the show, they said hold on for Juliet. So, and as far as I know, Juliet was taking a break, a little vacation. Not sure in terms of, I think Aruka is on that same stance as well in terms of taking a little break. And sometimes it is needed too, Not making an excuse for anything. And I know where all your minders go, but sometimes it is needed. Call it good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rooster. Hey, sorry. Good afternoon, Dale. Dale, I was listening to the program yesterday. Trina Davy, she listened, she big listenership. And she didn't tell them not to, she went off vacation. She tell them she wouldn't be there on a Thursday, she would be there next week coming. She never said she went on vacation. And she listened and I'm in the dark. And she said, Rooster.
Call good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Oh gosh, I don't know why I called back. But yeah, so you don't have to respond. Robert and they would respond. Right? You do what you have to do, your duty. Sometimes it is said who would be on and who will not be on. And if you weren't told anything, you can't.
Yeah, I can't answer. I can't answer on behalf of anyone.
You might say something that is not good management, or you don't know, like you said, you don't know. So, we all have our views on how things happen and what is said, and, we have our own imagination. So, people, we have the opportunity to talk, to express our dislike of what is happening, whether it's government or opposition. We can do that.
Yeah.
We can communicate with each other. I wanted to ask Mr. Barataria, and he said he was out, but the guy who said they shut up their car and they were blaming somebody else. A guy from, I think it was from the opposition at that time, not under the President UNC, where he said they shut up their vehicle and said it was somebody else. If you remember, I think something like that, if he remembers, because I think he remembers a lot of things that these people do. People do a lot of things there and say somebody do it to me. Have a good day.
You too. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah, I just want to know what is the situation with Ms. Davies, because if it is that management take any kind of action against her, I want to know so I could stop tuning into the station. Because the only reason I used to tune into the station was because of Julia and also Mr. Google. Right? So we out here, we want to know. Right? Thank you.
No problem. So I want everybody to listen to me for about 20 seconds. And I'll say it and repeat it again. Today is the 17th of May, 2024. It is now 2:34 p.m. And I am holding things down for Juliet Davy, the Juju Love Show. As far as I'm told, and as far as I know, I don't believe that there is management action for anything where Juliet is concerned. All right, and as far as I've heard, that she's taking a break. And that's it. That's all. Nothing else, nothing more. So let's not premeditate something that is not in the works and it's not happening. All right? Juliet is not here today. I don't even know when she'll be back, but I know that she was taking a little break. All right? Mr. Ruka is not here. And I've been charged with responsibility to help you all to carry on the Juju Love Show. I mean, I can't do the Juju Love Show. I would never be Julia Davy. I could never be Mr. Ruka. But I can't give you all the platform to voice your concerns and to carry on as per usual. Caller, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Dale. Good afternoon to the callers of 919.
Absolutely.
People, Juliet will be back before you all know it, right? So well, I don't want to say she would have communicated with me, but she will be back, right? Dale is just holding on for her today. Right, people? So don't
people let's get frightened, you know.
Juliet is going to be back, and if she come up by Monday, Aruka is going to be there on Monday. Right, people? So don't stress on yourselves, don't cry, don't dwell. And people know my voice very well. So she will be back very soon. So fear not, people.
Wait now.
Let me don't really go down that road. Right? Right, that's what I still
Alright. Well, like good sources there. I just want to let you know that is real good sources there. How they pick up the voice later, the later half. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Hello, Mr. Dale.
Hey, good afternoon.
Mr. Dale.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dale.
Good afternoon.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, good day, sir. The gentleman who just called, I'm familiar with him, but we have to worry, sir, based on the juggernaut, the media juggernaut, the lawyers juggernaut, how these things are going right now, we have to worry, sir. But I'm sorry, I'm worrying.
Right.
Right? Thank you very much, Dale.
No problem.
Hold the fort.
Yeah, man. It's okay. Sorry, sorry if you was gonna say something else, but it's okay, you know, to be worried because you know, I know that you all love Julia Davy. You know, I've walked through the streets of Port of Spain and people say, hey, look, I have my headphones in my ears. As a man who sat down at Independence Square, say, look, my headphones in my ears are waiting for Juliet and them to come on. You know, so it's a cool scene. I not taking no errors, and of course, you know, seeing all what is happening in the news, all what's going on in the papers, and you know, just get myself in trouble too. So, caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Hey, good afternoon, Neil.
Good afternoon.
Tall man.
Hey, what's up, tall man?
Okay.
Talk to me.
Dale, we facing a time where people are much informed by Juliet and Google and Mr. Ruka and Sean Felix and himself and others. They are much informed. It's not like before when we were warning people that the people partnership and do so was coming, and I was warning my passengers back then, I used to walk over, don't vote for them, and do so, they paying up the crossing if they had do so. Remember them days? All in 29 and 8, and coming up to the election, when Mr. Manning called election, and 2010, they come in and all of a sudden was we will rise, and when they came into power, they said they was talking about, and people, we who experienced that know better and know to do better now to keep them out of power, because we know they ain't change and never repent. So it's obvious people will be anxious when they ain't see Juliet and Mr. Ruka. If Pastor Google or Sean Felix not they show up, people will call and be concerned. Even you yourself, Dale. People will be concerned. Yes, and because they know where the truth lies and where we just get the information from. So the callers love the show. They love truth.
Right.
Look recently, Dale. They had Mr. Imbert. They're lying on all the media against Mr. Imbert. You know, right now they're begging. They're begging, but let me tell you something, Mr. Imbert. Take them to task. Go the full distance with them. That it could never happen again. All the time, the after 4 show and the whole media making the Mr. Imbert look like, oh, he thief money and this and that. Take them to task. Now they're begging. Take them to task. And it's because I work at 919, the presenters like Sharon and Pastor Google and yourself and Juliet and Mr. Ruka, right? It's because of the information, we keep it up on them, right? Now they've been taking all the lies they tell. The people are anxious. They don't want IWER. Mr. George, I love you. They don't want at all management tamper the Julia Davis show. At all. None of the presenters they can tamper the after 4 show. I don't think the majority of the callers don't mind that. Right? But these shows is a different ball game. Mr. IWER and management is a different ball. The people not biting nice because they know the truth lies and get the truth from these shows. No matter how they come, we in the skin. So Dale, I love your program this evening.
Yeah,
Juliet, come out soon.
Yeah. So watching some of the comments as well.
Dale?
Yes?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, being an ardent follower of Juliet, I did hear Juliet say that she wouldn't be there today and some days next week.
I think it's until the 26th.
I think it's the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would be taking a few days off. So for those who didn't hear, she did tell us. And that was very nice of her and very mannerly because sometimes we miss people and we don't know what's going on and don't know if they're off the station or not.
Right.
So, you know, Miss Haruka must take today too. So we are stressing it because she told us. So I just want those who didn't hear, Juliet did say it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. That's all. And I'm listening. Not because she there, I ain't listening. I'm listening. So that's how I know I could call and confirm.
Thanks
she
for
did
clearing
say
that up. Thank you for
you.
clearing that up. I appreciate
Bye-bye.
that.
Okay. Right.
Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Daily Voice.
Afternoon.
The last show that Juliet was here on there, her YouTube followers went up to 1,400. Understand? So she have a lot of followers, and she will be back. Bye-bye. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. Caller, good afternoon. I know all you're missing now, you know. But it's all right. And I'm sure if Juliet is listening, she's saying, wow.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Brother Dale.
Yeah, good afternoon.
On the conversation, I would like to, you said we could talk what concern. Yes, Sister Davy did tell Mr. Aruka, you got the Holy Fort, and he was kind of shocked. I said, sometime next week and all too, you will have to take it. You have 1 or 2 things to do. But what I want to say, Brother Dale, is that, look at it. Our Prime Minister right now is in India, and he is negotiating to get the Cricket Academy of India to come and set up where Trinbago was, to set up an international academy. You know that good deal he's doing? And look at it. We are getting, hopefully, one of the richest man in India, the businessman, to buy our refinery. And yet still nobody's talking about it. I wonder why, Brother Dale? I see everybody talking and they're not promoting our Prime Minister the way it should be. Because where Trinbago was to be in same up in Aruka, Golden Grove, we get to the academy, and that is foreign exchange. And we hopefully will get our investor to come to our refinery. And I think the callers should understand, and you see, as you were saying, we must listen carefully and try to understand, and not to put passion on everything we hear, run with it. So I don't want to sound like I'm bombarding anyone, but it's a simple thing. So let me keep the facts going. Have a good evening. Thank you for the call.
Thank you. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, Dale.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you going?
Okay, good afternoon. All the callers listeners at 91.9. Well, I know that before I go there, I want to concur with the gentleman just now. We not focusing, when I say we, the media is not focusing on the good things that Dr. Rowley is doing while he's out there, because he ain't going on a joyride. We had another prime minister went to India, spent $12 million, about 200 people, and we never see any benefits of that. Dr. Rowley doesn't travel that type of way, first class and all them bacchanal, but he has gone to Ghana. He's finished here, but he's trying to get a direct flight from Trinidad and Tobago straight to Ghana, and other business deals and all that. And now he's in India, and as the gentleman just said, the Panchanbago place there in Tagariga train city, that was an eyesore, and that would have been swapped with the president of Panchanbago, Ms. Deborah Ramsey Moore, that she has taken some real estate down on Rice Road there, close around by Hyatt, and she has said the kind of works they're going to do to develop that. So that property is up there in Train City, and Dr. Rowley, of course, is getting, trying to seek the fundings from one of the richest men in India, who is also one of the owners of Mumbai, the cricket team, to come to build a cricket academy. That augurs well, because we have boy Karen Pollard out there, and I'm sure he might be a lazy also, a lazy also. All these things are positive things, and we have the ICC cricket starting just now. Yes, we have our challenges. Yes, the crime situation is horrific. Yes, we are scared. Yes, it's happening. However, at the end of the day, we still have to pick up and continue, and the persons who have to deal with crime, of course, you have to put the pressure on them to do what they need to do. However, at the same time, because we could chew gum and speak at the same time, we could also look at the positive things that are also happening in bringing investment into TMT. So let me continue quickly. I know Ms. Davy wasn't going to be there for about a couple of days or something like that, but I saw that Mr. Ruka was the one who would have carried it on. So I want to call out the boss today. The boss, IWER George, the boss, the neighbor with you. Yes, the boss at the end of the day, right? Here what going on now. What happened? I thought you say you like bacchanal and thing. That bacchanal, Mr. Ruka supposed to be there, pulling on some Ms. Davy. Where's that one? The boss, listen to me now. Cat and them can't take no license and thing, President done set already, Satmaraj went to court and get his license, and on top of that, he went on the radio station and he said some discriminatory and racist thing against African people. And what happened? They bring up on sedition, and what happened? Frankly speaking, and them say, that law outdated, freedom of speech and all that. So we don't have freedom of speech, we don't call no racist thing to nobody. We just talk the truth. So the boss watch me. When Ms. Davy and there for them days, Ms. Aruka hold long the thing now, because we like the bacchanal, because it's good bacchanal. We ain't defaming nobody's name. We ain't saying nothing racist like how they did on Satmaraj and the show and all that. And that is we just call it toothless bulldog. They have no legislative power to stop nobody from getting no license. So the boss, I know you like the thing. I know you just listen to Jen too, Trust my surreal party to music in the 90s, boy. But I'm in the road, watch me, is like that. But here what going on? I'm disappointed, boy. You tell me you like bacchanal, but you like a soft it out there. Let me say Ruka come true now, man. I go on with that one. We'll have a blessed weekend.
You make me laugh there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. IWER George. No, I live in an area with thousands of people, and majority of the people tune in to 91.9, especially morning time, Pastor Google, and the boss show from 2 to 4. You hear what I'm telling you? And I'm telling you, we've been having a little powwow, a group of us. And we found it funny because Julia is a lady. When she going on something, she just say, yeah, what going on? And so and so and so and so, so and so. We ain't hear nothing like that from Julia,
But you had callers. It had callers before who said that Juliet said she's not going to be there. Jenny and all just confirmed that Juliet did say that she wasn't going to be around for a couple of days.
She had to say what she said, but there's the part that she wouldn't say. And that is what we would power in about, because we in Trinidad a long time. And we know, they talk about bacchanal, we know what bacchanal is about. We know that Mr. IWER George station is under threat. We know that. We just talk about that here in the area. Hundreds of us just talk about that. Our line in the night is to go over all the things that been going on in Trinidad and Tobago. And 91.9 is our station. So we looking, because we say that if they only touch that lady and the gentleman, we go in and blank the station. We will listen to the lady in the morning, Google, but we will blank the station after that. Because we ain't taking them kind of push around, because we know what's going on. We in surety, IWER George station, and you as the host and other hosts just get threat. We sure about that. But we standing with our station. If you see the group of us here listening to me speaking here right now, we standing with our station. Brother man, they better don't touch Miss Juju, you know, because Juju don't say nothing wrong. You see, if she used to lie, we ain't standing up for that. Why it is, this is a station with hosts that has talk truth with facts. So, you and all that talk truth with facts. I respect you, my boys respect you, the ladies respect you, old ladies respect you. Listen now, all you have a big contingent, you know, in this area. So, please, Mr. IWER George, watch all you're handling Miss Juju and Mr. Aruka, because we knew what was going to happen to Dale. We knew that. We talked about that before it happened to Dale. We spoke about that when it was going to happen, before it happened to Mr. Google. Listen, this broadcast is in an area that people don't take off 91.9 when you hear this time until 4. I could boast about that. Hundreds of us could boast about that, and then the excess. So thanks for the time. I just had, on behalf of all of us, I just had to let this be known. Please, do not mishandle Miss Juju and Mr. Aruka. This is not for you. This is about management. Right? We love all you. We love all you. And Mr. Dale, you make sure you reach home safe, please.
Thank you.
God bless you all.
Yeah, man. God bless you. And of course, I appreciate all the listeners, all those of you that locked on and listening, and ensure that, you know, you support the Street 91.9 FM. You know, sound any good, any bad, any indifferent. And I want to say something, but let me hold my tongue for a little bit. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dale.
Good afternoon.
Yes, concerning the conversation, within the last 10 minutes of our last meeting on Wednesday, was at the end of the program, she said she wasn't going to be there Thursday, and the next week she will not be there. She even as much say where she was going, but I hope I wasn't sleeping, and I think she said where she was going, but I don't want to say where she said she was going. Okay, so she said she wouldn't be here next week either. Okay, and then she continued and end the program. Okay,
No
then.
Thank you. Caller, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Neil.
Hey, Chris.
I hear your voice on the radio, man. Long time I hear. Hey, sir. Let me tell you this. I love what I'm hearing today on the radio. You know what I call this right now? Unity. So everybody sign up for the black sister and the black brother. That is what that is what we was talking about for years. We have to stand up for each other and don't let nobody come and tell us what to do and how to dictate to life. You see everybody stand up for Julia Davy and the next man, Mr. Aruka, and then after the next one was talking in the morning, Pastor Google. That is what I love to hear. You understand? You call it unity. And next thing, the Prime Minister going on trips to get things for this country. why it is not played on the media. We have to talk about that. It has things going on, and the media is not focusing on that. That is what our next problem too. Because people was kind of frightened when they wasn't hearing Julia Davy, so they want to know what is going on. But I'm glad that everything is finalized and she on her vacation and she will be out. Now everybody's been nervous about it. And I've been listening to this station since 2010, and I never changed my radio after that because you always bring facts. What the other station is afraid of because they want to get sponsors from the enemy, this station does talk, and I'm very glad for it because I learn a lot from this station and what is going on in the country. And other stations don't do that because you know why? They don't want to offend the people on the other side to say, well, they're only studying PNM people and African. And
so 10 seconds. We could pause this and then we could come back. I will open back the lines when we come back from the break.
Well, I will call back.
No problem. Okay. As I said, it's the people's time here on a Friday. It's just about 54 minutes past the hour, 2 o'clock. I'm going to pay some bills. And then when we come back, I'm going to continue with the phone calls. It's all the time. Don't go anywhere.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM. As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM. Share the life. Share the life.
The People's National Movement National Women's League invites you to join us for an extraordinary gathering of influential and inspiring women at the PNM's National Women's League Cottage Meeting. Come hear our featured speaker, Mrs. Camille Robinson-Regis, and a full cast of powerful women. On Sunday, 26 May 2024 at the Mount Hope, Mount Lambert Community Center from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Save the date.
Catch us live on the Street 919 FM.
It's time to win big as we get you ready for Redemption, the concert on June 1st. The Redemption Roadshow takes a center stage with over 60,000 in prizes and redemption ticket giveaways, plus pure conscious vibes. 12 locations, 12 grand prizes, and tons of giveaways are in store.
This Friday, May 17th,
the Redemption Roadshow stops at
Eastgates Mall, Trin-City, 4 p.m. Then on Saturday, 18th May, we head to Extra Foods, Arima, 4 p.m.
For more info, call us 780-SHOW or 799-SHOW.
This is Natural Health Solution, where we offer a range of holistic services. Or HemoView, which is a deep dive into blood detection, both live and dry assessment. Or BioResonance full body assessment, or full body lymphatic detoxification. Or physical therapies include back, neck, and shoulder massage, sciatic nerve compression, and more. Our new beauty line includes both facial, mole and tag removal, and much more. Join us every Tuesday at 8:05 to 8:35 right here on the Street 91.9. Call our numbers is 222-2189. That number again is 222-2189.
Conscious Talk, where we are at and where we are going. After a storm, there is a calm. Where there is darkness, light follows. Where there is evil, good overcometh. It's Conscious Talk with Steve Antoine. every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. It's Conscious Talk. Conscious Talk.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko, in Sangre Grande, for the Old-Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry, every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. On Mondays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., Trauma and Bereavement. Also, every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., The Low and You. Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., Dealing with Disabilities. And every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., the all-night prayer live on the street 919 FM, designed with you in mind. This program deals with the day's issues from a biblical perspective, and you'll also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed you, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of you, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Your financial support to the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or 610-4673.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, so we're back, and the time is now 3:01 in the p.m., broadcasting live from Marval Road in Trinidad and Tobago. You're locked on to the Street 919 FM. I want to say good afternoon to all of you all that are listening and locked on with us wherever you are. If you're listening to us in a maxi, in a taxi, if you're home, you're liming, you're relaxing. But guess what? Today's a different and a very different Friday. I'm holding things on for Julia Davy and Juju Love Show. I think by now we have established what is happening with her. But I'm still giving you all the opportunity to calling, state what you do, whatever it is that you want to talk about today, whatever it is you want to get off your chest, whatever it is that you... I don't like to use that get off your chest word, you know. But this is about the people today. Call a good afternoon. Call a good afternoon. Let's see what's happening here. Good afternoon, caller. Caller, good afternoon.
Yes, my brother. Right. Now, I echoed all sentiments with all the callers and likewise myself as well. Right. I know tons of people who I interact with on a daily basis. Right. They say they enjoy this station every single work week. Well, the work week plus on a weekend, but majority on the work week. Right. From 5 in the morning when you was there with Bruce and Sharon, all the way to Juliet. Now, people have to understand something. These programs between 5 a.m. and 4 p.m. on a weekday, it is not funded by no party to come and talk no frivolous or no propaganda or no misinformation. You see, anytime after 4 p.m., this is where they call 99% of the callers does end the listenership between 4 and 7 p.m. Right? So, some of them might have a little, go be kind of a little worried because they know what transpired with you, right? What transpired with Google, or And now, how they hear Juliet and Mr. Aruka say, no, they will be a bit concerned because they know money talks, BS walks. You understand? So they will pay me a little money to come and talk a little propaganda on the radio, and they will lap up that. So they want to fool the public, but at the end of the day, this station from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. is an educational segment people are going to tune into, especially from 10 in the morning to 4 in the evening. You understand? Yeah? So I'm not worried. I know Mr. Aruka going to be there on Monday, right? And people who didn't really hear what Juliet said, she would have said it before she left on Wednesday, that she would not be there Thursday, Friday, and a few days, right? So only don't stress, don't fight up, don't beat up. We stand with all the true and honest announcers on this station from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. So don't worry yourself, we not here, right? Good program, my brother. Long time listening.
Yeah, man. Caller, good afternoon.
Welcome again, dear, and to your listeners. I just want to say, I mean, the work Juliet is tremendous, eh? And you know, everybody is appreciated because it's hard to find somebody like Juliet. It is not all the time that you just get that. But nonetheless, I just listen to almost all the programs, right? But I want to say this especially to the persons who want to push up Kamala and the UNC in our faces and not give the independent people a chance. I want to say this to them. Whether or not Miss Juliet or Mr. Aruka is here, the UNC is already doing a good job to maintain being defeated by Dr. Rowley and the PNM. You see, look at the PNM when they are in the opposition, how they operate, what they do in a bid to win back the confidence of the nation, how they function as a party. Can we say we see any of that inside of the UNC? I say we really have a lot of priorities mixed up in this place because people keep forgetting it's 41 members of parliament. They come and ask you to represent this portion of space here in Trinidad and Tobago that all of us occupying, to represent us in parliament, to make laws, to amend laws. You understand? To make the runnings of things and life in this country better and beneficial to everyone that is here. But apparently, some of us feel that we voted in somebody to worship. So, it have people who don't want to give you a room to speak about the ills that you might be seeing or what you saying that, hey, I didn't sign up for this, I'm not going down the road with this. It have it on both sides of the fence, but more so on the UNC side because I'm still trying to understand, right? What do vote and just vote mean is the same thing that you're accusing people of being PNM freaks that you are doing. You're being a freak for the UNC because the same person that you offer into persons, we have them saying, go to hell if you're choosing country over party, but you who supporting that person and pushing them up to the nation saying that you for country. You're for real? But I am the dunce. I am the dunce. Why we over something wrong with us in this place? But as I'm saying, Juliet don't have to be there, you know. The UNC activists and them are doing a perfect job to ensure that people come out with a vengeance and make sure that Kamala remain where she is if she refuses to come out of the politics of this country here for us to get to pull up the socks of what is now PNM and Dr. Rowley. All you have to be ridiculous to feel that we are going to accept, yeah, we vexed with Dr. Rowley and the PNM, so just put anybody there. What kind of rubbish you telling me to teach my children and them? Boy, as a wise man once said, if I can't fight it physically, then I'm supposed to speak about it. If I can't talk about it because they cut out my tongue, I will still hate it in my heart, bro. I'm not going down that road with all you. We only telling people, cover this eye, so you could only partially see what's going on. If it is you have no problem with the ills of the leadership and what is the UNC at this time, then don't come and talk about the PNM and offer people the UNC has no alternative, because you're doing the same thing as what a PNM freak would do, which is forget about all the issues that we're facing under the PNM. Why you think it have people saying PNM till they're dead? Because of people who going down with Kamala till she dead too. And it's adults in our country who is contributing to that. We don't want to come around the table, as you say, Dale, and have a discussion. Don't care what party we put, we having this challenge, we having that challenge, we having this challenge. We see that government and government officials is get involved in matters conveniently. When it is things that close or too close to them gather and say we launching an investigation here, a commissioner of inquiry here. But it have other things that challenging other persons in the nation who not in that circle, Dr. Rowley and Kamala.
Chris,
we spend all kind of money.
Never make room for other people to give their contribution as well, right? But we understand what you're saying. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dale. How you doing, man?
Are they cool?
Yeah. I'm going to say hi, hello to Kevin, Altia, Vanley, Teresa, Mommy Sauce, Miss Cummins, Steve in Florida. Dale, let me tell you something. You see what is happening today in this country?
Tell me.
If the African people cannot remember what happened in 2010 and 2015, they say, "Could fool me once, and if you fool me twice, the blame is on me." I remember it had a band with a man in form called Divine Echo. And when the partnership win that election, the players on that band asked them to buy those instruments to continue the band. You know what that government tell them? No, they lock them up in a room. This is the same thing that's going on from 2010 to 2015. And if African people make that mistake and put back the UNC, they look for whatever they get. Because they're seeing it plain writing on the wall, Dale, in front of the face. It's in the election now, you know, because the UNC is scared of the election coming now, you know, to push the misinformation. They come out straight, Bruce, of Dale, and say that 4 o'clock, 2 to 4 o'clock program is a danger for them of winning that election. And they're going to try everything to try to get that program off. So we, the callers, and we, the hosts, be careful of what we say. If we say something, we see the word alleged in front. And if the host who hosts in the program see something, they hit the thing and say, this is not the station views. So we always protect 91.9 because it's the only station that brings the information, the right information to the listeners to make the right decision to carry our country forward. Look at Dr. Rowley this today. No other prime minister who was previously, under the UNC, went out there and bring foreign investment into Trinidad. Look, the man in India, Ghana, bringing investment all to Trinidad and Tobago. And we must remove a man like that, who save our country and make us #1 in the COVID rating to save our lives. People, African of descent, all you know, all you see the writing on the wall now. Freedom of speech is at stake. Your First Amendment rights, people. Dale, have a good day.
You too.
Good program.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello, Dale.
Good afternoon.
Dale, a pleasant good afternoon to you. You have a wonderful, delicious day, rest of the day today, and have a lovely weekend. So, Dale, I listened to a person 2 callers ago talking about black people and the PNM, right? So I want to give him a little statistics about black people and the PNM. One, between 2010 to 2015, Kamala Prasad Persista reduced the amount of black people living in the poverty line to 17%. From 2015 to currently, we have over 26% of black people living below the poverty line, the highest in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, the last 9 years under the RPNM government led by Prime Minister Rowley. We have 18% of black people unemployed during the last 9 years, the highest in the history of Trinidad and Tobago under Prime Minister Rowley. Last year, we had 65% of black youth killed, the highest in the history under Prime Minister Rowley. The SCA exam, most of the kids going under 50 black kids in Trinidad and Tobago. There was a CAPE exam where they gave out 100 scholarships. 80% of the scholarships was Indian, and black students scored less than 30. Black scholarships less than 30% of black kids. There is 2 buildings in Canada, Lavantil. 2 fantabulous, splendiferous, marvelous, just tremendous buildings in Canada, Lavantil, that the PNM have left abandoned there, where they could easily go and renovate it. But you know what they want to do? They want to go and start a new structure by CGA to spend more money. Who is going to benefit from all that money they're going to spend? Why did they renovate them 2 buildings in Canada? Why did they do that? Them buildings are fella to come from foreign. A person that don't look like you and I come from foreign and show the world these 2 buildings sitting there under the RPNM, and they don't even want to renovate it. Why? Why? And people want to say about what PNM do for black people. I am from Chumakak, Lavantil. The building that sat up in Chumakak for years under the PNM until recently they renovated. The former workers on Independence Square and Duncan Street could have been in Lavantil to Washington Empowerment Center. The PNM rather mash it down. And I'm going to close with this. The Prime Minister was 100% correct. Prime Minister Rowley was 100% correct. When he said, I have no problem making you rich richer so they could create opportunities for the poor. The only problem is that the poor is getting poorer in Trinidad and Tobago. I say to the black people of Trinidad and Tobago, in the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, no one can make you feel inferior without the constitution. Thank you for allowing me this time to make this contribution.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Caller, good afternoon.
Let me say good afternoon to you, the voice.
Afternoon, Kingsley.
And let me say, yes, and let me say welcome back to the arena. Welcome back to the political arena. And as a student of the king of talk, the great gladiator, sometimes you have to go in the pavilion to come 2 steps forward. Sometimes you have to bleed to know how to fight. Sometimes you have to bleed to know how to heal yourself. And that's how I learned after 14 years in the political arena. You get to understand the politics and the angle and the games and your friends, and you get to know who, when you're the back are ready against the wall, because it comes with the politics. They will love you here, but they wouldn't love you in another place. They will love you here, but they wouldn't love you in another place. So I learned after 14 years in the political arena, I learned because I always fighting and I always bloody. So I always know to heal myself, because I learned to heal, to take the pain and sew up that bruises and come stronger again and make the haters continue attacking. That's how I live in the political arena. That is why my name, Kingsley, is a household in Trinidad and Tobago. When I'm dead, many of them will call in and say how good I was and how good contribution I used to make. Now they will cuss me, but this is the life we are living in. And once you could forgive yourself, you can forgive anybody else. And understand, once nobody never do you nothing drastic to, you know what I mean? Once you could forgive yourself, you can forgive everything. And Lady Voice, you could take it how you want to take it, but this word was for you. I want to tell them, yeah, I mightn't like the Juju Love show. I mightn't like the way how she say it. But I see freedom of speech, I will always support it. I want to put them on notice. Leave Juju Love show alone. Leave that show alone. I want to put them and say, yes, I know they hate me. My friends and all, but be cussing me. I'm going to say good evening to my good friend, my advisor, my brother. Good evening to you, COP. I hope you were there in the Southland where sun hot day. Good afternoon to you, my brother. What blessings to you. I want to tell them, you see, Juju Love, this is Kingsley. Oh, you come for me. I don't play that kind of game. I don't play that kind of game. We talking about leave 91.9 alone, you know. I'm talking about leave Juju Love show alone. That's what I'm speaking about. If I speak about leaving, I will judge. No. I will handle itself. I will have the money to handle itself. This is a notice. Leave Juju Love show alone. Take talk. All are we in the political arena? I want to sit down in a public seat. You entitled for people to ask questions. You entitled for people to target you once you in a political arena. And as a noted deal, if you cannot heal yourself, if you cannot take it as a man, you're going to lose the battle. Because you have to, it's not that how much you can give, you know, it's how much that you can take. And when they can take, they can give. Because one blow could lick it down. 5 blows they could give you, and you will stand up. But you give them 1 blow, you could put them down. I want to say this as I close. I do not support this Mumbai Indian side family coming here and investing in nothing. I asked the question a year ago in the CPL. Karen Pollard, the that Night Riders team was in Guyana. Karen Pollard leaves from Guyana and meet the Prime Minister in a private dinner. Karen Pollard is a former player at the IPL. I'm linking the dots. I'm asking the question, Ronan Silinan, you is a face. You gone over there as a East Indian as a face. I'm linking the dots. Karen Pollard, leave. Karen Pollard, our homeboy, our ambassador. And I want to say this, Karen Pollard, I do not want to drag you down in the mud. But you as our ambassador, I respect you. Karen Pollard leave Guyana and come to eating with the Prime Minister in a restaurant down Shagarama's Carnage Day, and I dare anybody to say no. Where is the Mr. Faxman? Where is the Mr. Faxman to say Kingsley, you're lying? He can't say that. I'm Karen Pollard. Don't
raise your blood pressure, Kingsley. I want to get some.
As a close, yes, as a close, give me a deal. As a close, Karen Pollard spent 14 years in Mumbai. Now he's a batting coach for the Mumbai Indians. Today I see Dr. Rowley on the pitch. I want to ask him, who link who? Who made the deal? Who bring you in India? Karen Pollard. I don't want to cry anymore. Do not get yourself close to Dr. Rowley. I will have to drag you.
All right. So before I continue with taking some calls, I was doing some quick research while Kingsley was speaking. Because Wall Street made some contributions, and I would like Wall Street to forward where he would have gotten his information from in regards to quoting the poverty line and other things that he has quoted as the reason or the government should be blamed for. Another thing that I want to find out as well is based on, we talking, he even brought up SEA. Is it that we are blaming the government for the results of children who wrote the secondary entrance examination? Isn't the responsibility, education has been provided for free, and the responsibility of the parent to assist them, their child or ward, having being able to absorb the education provided. And if it is that the education alone that they're getting is not working, that, you know, you get them extracurricular activities and in terms of lessons and these different things. I don't know. But I'm waiting for the information and the source of the facts that was provided, because within the 9 years, I know we would have lost 2 years. Going back to the lines. And guys, let's not drag on, you know, in terms of this show and that show and this time and that time, and let's make some contributions that would actually help. Quite good afternoon.
Yeah, Dale, what I like to say, those last voices there, Juju Love Show really push them on to the after show. They don't make no viable contribution to this show. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Is that Dale? Is it him?
Yes.
Okay, sir. I give you all advice. I think Jenny tried to go in that direction, right? But I see the detractors started coming now, and you have to find out about misinformation. If you play a clip, a video, right, and let me talk about the video, you know? So as they start with the myths and disinformation, you could tell them you're not talking about that. Because this is what, look how much time this Kingsley say before you go, or on, yeah, you know, and you just keep talking because you have an opportunity to push us at that disinformation. The next one, Wall Street, he come and talking about the place, they build on all, and that is why they ain't fixing it. When a building over 25 years, you had to change the electrical and all of that. Break it down and build a new thing. And this is what the government doing. So you could stay in America to come to tell us shoppers about don't do that and don't build something somewhere. And the people glad for what you're doing by CJ out there. Nobody ain't complain. How you could come to complain about old building to fix up faster and who getting the money? We have the money, just like he go on Dubai, Mumbai, to get the sponsorship for the academy up where the pan place was. Is that we're doing, we're building thing, we're renovating the whole thing. That is what them is a cheap thing and just have we people living in old thing when them had a big shot place. Yeah, man, and you know, just play a little video. Look, yesterday, TV6 had a long video about Mr. Imbut and which part his lawyer is saying that the attorney, the general, the auditor general supposed to apologize. You know, I hear nobody talking about that. She's supposed to apologize because this thing where they say they backdate, that is a lie. And he put the lawyer named Julian, a lady, working under Martin Daly, and she proved, she said that never happened. And she had to apologize for that. I saw that coming out today when they done with the court, whatever today. You know, so if that video play, we could come back and talk about them thing. Look, yesterday, Google Play thing, which part of our economy is 49 in the 191 countries. You know, people saying how the whole Caribbean high better economy than we. And this thing is what they're playing, and they ain't playing the foreigner in a clip saying that we is number 49. Positive information. But I gotta get the information on Wall Street. Because he was just going off because he see opportunity. Just play a video and let me talk about it. And them can't come and talk this information, yeah. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot, caller. And as I said before, there's people's time here, giving people the opportunity to call and light off the chest a little bit. Yeah? Respectfully. Caller, good afternoon. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Dale?
Yes?
Dale, I find this evening like if people get scared. I living in Central Trinidad, Cuba. I'm 89 years old. And to me, it's like everybody frankly superseding the disappearance of Juju.
That is not the case. I would not allow you to continue with that. That is not the case. And we already dealt with that. Juliet did say that she was taking some time off.
She already said she was taking a week off, and Mr. Ruka, she really said that.
Right. But
Mr. Ruka would be holding on, but Mr. Ruka ain't come out, and people start to panic.
Right. But I want you to be responsible in what you are saying. And if it is you can't be responsible, I would not continue the call. Because you would be putting the radio station in disrepute, as well as myself. Because when Tad writing letter to the radio station, and they mentioning me in it as well. So let's be responsible.
I apologize. But people scared because this is the love of the program.
Right.
I live in Central, and the whole area does shut off at 4 o'clock straight to I-95.5.
Right.
That is the power of Juju, you know. That's the power. All right, thank you.
Yeah, man. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. Caller, good afternoon.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
I call you about 3 times already for the evening. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
You see that man called Philip Daly? It have a roti to banker with you right now. That situation that went on with you and that roti down Central, he's still trying to recover from it.
Let be for yourself now.
And based on Wall Street still have a program running on 91.9? Because I know there was advertising a program with TV sometime, I think on a Monday evening and some kind of thing. I think that the best place for you to be talking all that rubbish she does be talking when you're ready. I am thankful that you have been balanced this evening and give both of them the opportunity to talk. Right? Because at the end of the day, we want to hear them. I want to hear the foolishness that these people that we putting out on the public domain. For us to continue to make an informed decision on why we cannot vote for UNC. I am thankful for your little time, Brethren, and I hope you have a good weekend.
You too as well.
I'm out.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, as I said, this is the people's time. Friday today, I'm holding on for Juliet. And I mean, I cannot go on, I think I can talk about, but I believe that it's the time for you all to talk and say what you have to say. And of course, as I was saying earlier on, we have to stop the talking and the rah-rah-rah, and we just talking, and start putting actions into things and talking about things that are going to institute real change. Simple as that. And as I said earlier before as well, and this is why the Street 91.9 FM is what it is today, you know. Not because at every given hour on the hour, it's only one song that is singing. You have to understand when it is you say we are the defenders of the street, that you hear everything here. And you are given the choice to make a conscientious decision based on the information and the facts and everything else that comes out. What you going to do? Where you placing your pillow? So going to the lines, we have also a limited amount of time again. So let's make our contributions short, quick, sweet. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Dale.
Hey,
That's something I
Jenny.
could do. But, hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Jenny.
Yeah, Juliet David deserves a seat at the table at the street. Juliet from the street, she bring the street, she bring it real, she bring it raw, and she bring it with a critical, clinical way she does dissect things. So it ain't her no share coming back there. Juliet is the street, because if anybody else could be on the street, she could be on the street too. So we wait for her to come back from her vacation, and it's that. But we would have liked to see Mr. Ruka there holding it down, because she did say that Mr. Ruka will fill in for her until she comes back. So that is a given. We just saying we not see Mr. Ruka and we talk, whatever. But you know what, at the end of the day, you see people like Wall Street need to come and show his qualification for the things he'll be saying. And I guess because he probably don't have none, why he'll be sounding so foolish. Because he always talking about poverty in Trinidad and how we suffer in Trinidad. When he left at 18, he don't pay no taxes. He live in New Jersey, and New Jersey has the highest amount of poverty. Every weekend they'll be lining up by the food bank all along in South Orange and thing, begging for food and cussing for food. The poorest towns and them have it right in New Jersey, where poverty level is 30-something% and all that. Why he don't focus to big up where he living and paying he taxes? He don't pay no taxes here. So don't come with no bogus report. And that is what he does. And he's allowed to do it because on the street, whether the good, the bad, the ugly, does get the time to say what I have to say. But you know what? We have to call and correct that. His statistics that he's quoting, it is flawed. And he needs to study what is happening in New Jersey, where he lives and pays his taxes. He pays nothing here. And you know, it's a starting when I see how Kingsley does real fighting over the UNC. Because Kamala Prasad clearly has rejected who he does serve as his mother. And to me, is notorious manumission that you're seeing with him right through, trying his best to say, look me here, mommy, I'm still performing for you. They don't want it. I've shown you that. The Roti incident was a big indicator, and then what for the crime talk, you said they didn't invite you. But other people was there, and you wasn't there. And that is something, I don't know, they have to invite you to that. If that's your party and that's your mother, you have to get an invitation to go. You're supposed to go. The party has directly thrown you out, and you're always fishing. Look how you want to bring down Karen Pollard. Imagine that. Imagine. But Dale, you have a blessed weekend. And Julia Davies on the street, and that's where she has to be on the street. Anything else? We are taking that. I go and have a blessed one, everybody. A blessed weekend.
You too. I want to share a secret with all you. I want to share a real important secret, and then we're going back to the lines. I want us to observe cause and reaction. Listen to what I'm saying. Cause and reaction. Some of y'all go get it. Some of y'all are going to pass over your head. And other people go and say, wait as they'll say. Cause and reaction. Everything that is done for a reaction. And some of us, we just get catch with it, you know. I ain't always get catch with it sometimes. But what we need to do, and I've kept saying this over and over even before, listen with the ear to hear. See with the eyes to understand. And then you would know what's really going on. I have nothing more to say. Call a good afternoon.
Good afternoon, bye.
Hey.
Good afternoon, partner. How you going?
I be cool.
Yeah, one little contribution I have to make. Monkey don't see the link and you won't tell you no dress. You know that? Monkey don't see the link and you won't tell you no. That 4th Street is sealed, concrete is sealed up. Nobody with them fellas here and me and the other one from of Laventille, you know. And what is very painful about these individuals, boy. These individuals try to pull down something that is good, you know. And we recognize it not from yesterday. They're from a long time ago. They tried to do that. Nothing that is good for Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, Analytica was here, you know. And those are young people, students of Analytica, you know. What they should do and what they shouldn't do. So we have to, I only smile and say God is good, man. He will deal with each and every one of them. If you have a good time, your program is good, boy.
Yep.
Have a nice time.
Blessings.
Good boy.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yes, me again. Oh gosh, we have to call and correct these things. There, you remember the African mid how do you call them? Midfielder in football that died. I can't remember his name right now. But that gentleman, you know what he did? He didn't, and he is not the only one. So we can check others as well, right? Because they focused on him during that time it happened. He got killed, I can't remember what country. He had built hospitals, library, another thing, I can't remember the thing, to send back home to his village. A lot of money. He sent back home, not thousands. And there's a guy, his adopted parents named Lawson, I think it's Jason or whatever, Lawson. He crocheted. And guess what he do with some of that money? Send back home to Ethiopia to help the poor areas. He ain't complaining, and they're not complaining. They motivate themselves by giving them library so they can read and understand, and also the footballer, hospitals to care for the sick. The Indian Expo, who am bringing the people here, you think they want to go back to India? How many people want to go back there? African coming here, Chinese coming, they don't want to go back home. Why are we saying that there's nothing good in this country and other people trying to stay here or come here? Motivate your people, motivate the people in your area. Motivate them. When people come here and they do business, we lose revenue because they take back foreign exchange. Are we producing to earn foreign exchange? People start thinking, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Dale.
Afternoon.
And good afternoon. Good afternoon to the listeners and Dale, I heard you mention just now that it was telling the guy what should be responsible because that writing letters to the radio station and even calling your name and that. But why did you allow Jenny to be calling Tata a toothless bulldog on national radio? That will raise a conflict amongst Tata and 91.9, and they will have a fight going. I think she should not use those words and say more they're not legislated. Them things, if they're not legislated, they can't write no letter to 91.9. I think Jenny should be much more responsible in using those things. And Dale, 91.9 is my radio station. And I am saying that Julia Davy and Aruka will not be back on 91.9. Anytime the listeners and the callers them want Julia Davy and Aruka to be back at 91.9, here I tell you, this is my radio station. It will cost only $2,500 an evening to have them back and read the program. If all you could do that, that program will be back on. Thank you for taking my call.
What's going on today, boy? What is going on today?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Just before you could carry on. Go ahead. I'll deal with this after. Go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Dale, good afternoon to you.
Go ahead.
I am listening here today and ashamed to hear one of them top callers and them that had the gumption to attack Kevin Pollard. I said, Lord Father, this is what we reach to, boys. And then, this is what we reach for. And then the next one, who had my son walking up and down during the UNC, saying he go get work for him. Over 4 months, nothing at all. They can't challenge me, because I had children born in the States. I have children born in the States, and I know about traveling. I just come back from the States, and I seen who's suffering up there, who's sleeping in subway, but they ain't gonna let you know that. All you bringing a #1 cricketer in the world in all your bacchanal, eh? That's all you want to say, all your king on the radio, eh? Thank you very much, Dave, and I'm happy to hear you this evening. Good afternoon to you, Juliet. They want you all bad. You just get them gripe when you come on. Thank you very much.
Tell it is the people's time, you know. We just have a couple more minutes again. And of course, I want to just that too, if it is that and there are things that I would address, and then there are other things that may slip me, and once it's brought to my attention, I will deal with it accordingly. All right? And we have to be responsible, and this is one of the things that is very important. The radio station is built up of not just the host, but also you, the listeners. And if you'll come on the air and be irresponsible, you'll say things that could put the station in prejudice, put the station in disrepute, and be in breach of certain regulations that the regulatory board, the Telecommunications Authority, has put in place. Y'all make things hard. Just saying. Y'all make things hard for us as well. So we need to be responsible, most importantly. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dale.
Afternoon.
Yes.
Just don't bust my ears.
That's how I'll point outside this.
Yeah. I'll read you loud, boy. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, a gentleman spoke about Eleanor Roosevelt, but he didn't give out the right quotation he's supposed to quote. When she talked about how small minds discuss people, average mind discuss events, and great mind discuss ideas. Great minds like Dr. Rowley, who's only bringing constant ideas to better the country. Great minds like all the hosts, except that evening program, that bring forth information to enlighten people. But we have a malady here in this country that plenty people who play that they are listening. But it seems that either the ears closely connected and there's nothing in between, or that the air connect directly to their mouth. So what they hear, it goes straight to their mouth. It don't pass through a iota of thought or rational or reasoning. Because there's a lot of things that you have to reason out as to why things are occurring in that manner. The amount of missteps that big people who's supposed to be intelligent individuals, the kind of nonsense that you see them doing, and you went to a university, you get letters before your name, but look at the things that you're doing. Look at the things that you're doing. You're bringing the nation into disrepute. You're bringing whatever institution that you sit on into disrepute. As a judge, as a police officer, as a doctor, as a nurse, as a public servant, when you know they have a saying in police, when you go to do a job, you do the job to the best of your abilities. So even if you are a street sweeper or a garbage collector, you have to be the best garbage collector that there is around. Where's that kind of fervor in our emotions and our thought process? The things that could help us develop on country or neighborhoods or sociological stands in this island is lacking. And you only keep hearing all these people talking all sorts of things, and you know they come to you with sweet words. Yes, they come and they give you a few praise, but the underlying discussion in their tongue, they speak in with forked tongue, they come right behind and disparage everything. The forked tongue people who speak in two different streams of thought, because they give you sweet talk to draw you in, and then they hitting you the disparaging remarks to tarnish your understanding, right, and your knowledge of any situation that is occurring in your environment. We had to go and get away from that kind of ideology. You know. We had to bring our level of rationale and reasoning up to a higher standard. Start to hear and not just pass off what you hear, but try to let what you hear sink in and understand it for what it is, correlated to what the history of your country is. Right? Because there's a lot of history. But if you don't know what happened there and you don't know who's responsible for what happened, you could let the same people back in to hang your jack.
All right.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
Let me make some room. Let me make some room.
Yeah, let some higher consciousness come in and bring in a better level of conversation. Thank you, boy.
Yeah. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Now, I say I ain't calling in, but you know what? I want you to remember something. The same people tell me, look at a UNC constituency and look at Kamala constituency and how good it fixed. So it didn't add poor African people when Kamala was in office or when she was fixing their constituency that she could have fixed ours as well. So you want to come back in office now to tell me when you come back. It's mine, right? Does that make sense to you? Or is it that is what our government is supposed to do? That's the logic they're pushing to be, right? So Wall Street call, ask Wall Street which party get our statistics. I don't know. Statistics in Trinidad and Tobago are done based on race. You know that? Anybody ever come and tell you here we're going to doing a poll based on Africans living under the poverty line? Which part that work? Who walking around doing that? I don't know that. So I want them to tell us, send me the email address, because he does only call WhatsApp. He can't pay him but put money on the phone to call from the US. He could only call WhatsApp. Right? Send me that email, send me that WhatsApp message on which part we could go and find that.
I am waiting for it because I tried to Google
it.
Well,
right, we've been asking him for that for months.
I've been trying to Google it while he was talking, hence the reason
I did not information, we've been asking that for months. There is no poll done on poverty based on race.
Well,
it is done on poverty throughout. So much I need, if we could call us, I know how much I need. And you know what it is used? The Indian government reduce. If that is the case, then how it is we still have this level of poverty? Because these people you're talking about ain't supposed to go back in poverty, you know, because the East Indian community well off now, as outlined by them. Then you so-called Rastaman yesterday, where it's $2.6 billion that the Minister of Finance fined. When he done yesterday, you know what he said? They're missing $200 billion now. And the co-host of that program sit down right there. And when they done, they laugh, gil. So we have to be mooks to sit down to take this information from a set of clowns. They'll come on, and these fellas have to do better than that. Enjoy your evening.
You too. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dale again. Mr. Dale, another caller earlier on said that with the Indian Expo and all these other things, right? Where they come and all the expatriates and everybody come in and take in or foreign exchange. But if it's true, I would like you to do a little bit of a journal investigation, right? But to see if it's true that any company from who was fighting this right, why did they get an opportunity to bid for the refinery? So I would like it in your journalist investigation, we may look into that. Maybe food for thought. Good evening.
All right.
Have a pleasant weekend.
Same to you. Last and final caller.
Hey, Dale, good afternoon. Dale, 9 years and some months ago, I applied to get the state property, the houses up in Chumaka, and the opposition leader turned Prime Minister blanked me. So I'm still talking about that. It seems that I have a little problem, so I had to go and get a psychiatrist and work on that. I still quarreling on that. And the facts that he talking about those things, he didn't put on his reading glasses. He took up the one that from in the Bronx and in California. That is that he read out there. Thank you.
So that's it for today. I think it's healthy. You know, they always say that people need to get things off of their chest. They need people need to speak. You know, it's not good to hold things inside, and I think that's what I felt that was necessary today, and giving people the opportunity to just release. I do wish you all a safe, healthy weekend. You know, I hope that you all stay safe in whatever it is that you're doing, and of course, don't let anybody steal your joy, and don't let anybody raise your blood pressure unnecessarily. And as I say, keep it locked to the best radio station in TNT. And of course, the reason why it's the best is because you get a bit of every single thing. So, until I see you guys again, be safe. Up next, Heavy and TC. What they call themselves, the future of talk. Y'all, don't go anywhere. Keep it locked.
Expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world.